good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another production here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're here at A.W. Mumford Stadium in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where you have a matchup between the Prairie View A&M University Panthers and the Southern Jaguars. Here for the homecoming festivities, Coach Northern, with his hospitality here from Baton Rouge, got a chance to take me under his wing to show me the ins and outs of how the Southern Jaguars got down here for homecoming. I do appreciate you, Coach Northern. He will be with me alongside doing the color analysis here. And how you doing so far here, Coach?
Man, I'm doing good. It was good to see, like I say, some of my former teammates, friends that I went to high school with. I saw a cousin of mine that I hadn't seen in a good while. The coaches at Southern. So it's been good. Then not only that, my son had about 5 kids that are all freshmen at Prairie View. They came down and stayed at my dad's house last night. Came on campus today, tailgated, and then I took them over to the function with the Prairie View Alumni Association, along with the Prairie View Football Association. So they had a chance to meet and greet the athletic director, the National Alumni president, who's from Baton Rouge, Mr. Roosevelt Huggins, lives about 4 doors down from me. So it was good for those kids, the new generation, to meet the former generation. So it's good I can show not only you a good time, but those kids as well.
Absolutely. You said it's a homecoming for it for sure. It's nothing like coming home if you haven't been here in a minute. But for you, it's nothing like just coming back and just seeing your old friends if you haven't seen them in a while. Wow. But here we got a good contest for you guys. The Panthers coming in riding a 3-game winning streak, but the Southern Jaguars coming in riding a 4-game losing streak. But they're trying to bounce things back around here on their homecoming turf, Coach.
Yeah, they trying to get it back in the win column. The thing about it is, if you look at it, both teams average about the same amount of points. Southern is averaging right at 20, Prairie View averaging 21, but the records don't look the same. The difference is Southern is giving up about 30 points, and Prairie View is only giving up 22 points a game. So that's the big difference in the win-loss column right there.
Absolutely. Prairie View coming in with a record of 4-2 overall, but the 3-0 record in SWAC play for them. Like you said, they got 21.3 points scored, but that defense is allowing 22.5 points per game. Then for the Southern Jaguars, coming with 2-4 overall record, 1-2 in SWAC play. Offense coming in averaging 20 points per game, while the defense is struggling, giving up 33 points per game. So if you're the Panthers, you want to try and attack and stay on the aggressive side if you can. Like I said, you're coming off of a bye week, so you're trying to get off to a fast start, no sluggish start with the Panthers.
Yeah, the thing about it is, I think both teams want to get off to a fast start. The key to it is going to be who can run the ball and who can stop the run. But what I was looking at too, the games that Prairie View is winning now is a lot like the games that Southern won last year, with some late second victories, some things that happened their way that probably wouldn't happen in 10 years of football. So it's working out for the Panthers, but a lot of that comes from their hard work and just believing that, hey, man, we're going to find a way to win, or the other team almost will lose to us. So as long as we don't beat ourselves, we'll be fine. That's the thing that I see from the Panthers right now.
Yeah, if you're the Panthers, you're trying to come in staying hot under Terrain Jackson this first year. Like I said, coming in with a 4-2 record, a lot of expectations for you as you for a first-time head coach, and you had to live up to those expectations. How can it be for a first-time head coach trying to live up to those expectations?
Well, I think part of it is the belief that the kids have in him and his staff, and then sometimes guys just get tired of losing close games, and they gonna work a little bit harder, even though it's a different team. But it's just they believe in themselves, and a lot of times, if you don't beat yourself, you can win a lot of football games. In the SWAC, anywhere in football, the biggest thing is be productive on your end.
Yes, sir. Well, we got a good matchup here between two Western Division matchup teams here in the SWAC conference. Panthers trying to continue their hot streak and advance their winning streak to 4 games. But the Southern Jaguars are trying to turn things around here on the homecoming turf, trying to take the matters into their own hands to change their season around. Like I said, the coming record with 1-5. But like I said, you can do anything you can with one game at a time if you're the Jaguars, coach.
Yeah, man. The thing about it, like I say, win one in a row. That's the biggest thing. Uh, every week, don't worry about what the record says. Win the game that you can win this weekend. And man, I'm looking at this. The Jaguars run out. Oh, Prairie View, they took a long way in the stadium. I'm surprised. But I'm just noticing different things. But look at all the guys behind Southern's team with the warm-up pants and jersey on. That's like the Army Reserve, the guys that can't play with all the walking boots and cast on. But, people don't care about that. The bottom line is you play football at Southern University, and people want to see you win, especially at a homecoming. And, it's a lot of people. The crowd is still, if you look at the hump and it's still a lot of people trying to get into the stadium with ticket issues or the traffic issues. But I think it's going to be a better game than most people believe.
Yes, sir. A stadium that holds 28,500 people. Say about third of the quarter way there, but fans are stay way out, probably way in the parking lot, still trying to make their way out here to the homecoming festivities. But so far, like I said, if you haven't got your way, parking passes, and your parking spot now, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Hey, man, and they towing people, too. So
Yes, sir.
that's a whole nother ball game. I saw several tow trucks when I was going to drop some tickets off for some guys that played ball from the Baton Rouge area. I saw quite a few tow trucks picking up cars. I actually see a Tesla truck on the back of one now. So, people don't think their cars got stolen, but I don't know what they did to get towed.
So hopefully then our car is still there in the parking lot by the time this one concludes, Coach. But in the meantime, the Panthers are making their way out onto the field right now, coming in dressed in the all white with the Panther logo, the university logo on both sides of the helmet, with the white top, white bottom, purple numbers with the gold outline, white cleats for the home team Jags, coming wearing the white helmets with the gold stripe with the two baby blue stripes going on the side of that. Navy blue top with baby blue numbers trimmed in the yellow with the yellow name going on the back. White pants, white solid stripe. Yellow solid stripe with two baby blue going down the side. Nice clean look for both teams here at the Panthers making their way out onto the field. And, Coach, we got a chance to look at the new field here for the Jaguars. They got a new Jaguar, let's say outline Jaguar going from 31 to the opposite 31. A nice clean look here, Coach.
Yeah, and they just finished it not too long before the season started. I came home I usually make a trip home before school year, and they were just finishing up the last time I was down here. So it's a very nice look with the outline, and then that blue. They always tease Southern about what color blue they're gonna have, but it's a nice popping Columbia blue.
Yes, sir. Before we get this game just started, we'd like to thank our sponsors for today's game. We'd like to thank the Panther Backers. Panthers since 1986. They're a proud partner with the Field Broadcast Network. Also, like to thank the Temple of Refuge Ministries located in Prairie View, Texas. Building the kingdom one soul at a time. Proud partner with the Broadcast Network. Teams are getting situated, loosed out, ready. So we have a lot of indications and a lot of significant pack. You have the line judges and the changemen getting stretched out, Coach, to make sure they don't pull in, right? Because everybody's getting excited out here, Coach.
Well, the thing about it, I have seen the referees cramp up because it's very humid. It actually was warm, and then it started raining as we were on our way to the stadium, and it's not raining, and it's very humid. As soon as you get outside, you're gonna start sweating. The other thing is, we used to say if the rain was coming across the river, practice was not going. It was going to rain a long time. If it came across the hump from the visiting side to the home side, we still would be able to practice. Man, we would come out the dome, is where the locker room was when I was here, and man, you could see that steam on that parking lot out there. Man, you dreaded walking to that practice field. So, but it's like that today. The rain came across the hump, and it is very humid.
We got 1 minute left on play clock until we are about set to get this game kicked off. The kickoff supposed to set at 4:05. Clock is at 4:04 right now. But like I said, get some key matchups here for today. Coach, you want to look for the Panthers. They might go back to Cam Peters like early they were with Rodgers, but like they're going back to Peters. Have you had some of those indications where you just want, like, say, you want to ride the hot hand in their practice field?
Well, like I say, they keep it close to the vest like everyone else does. They're not going to let anybody know. The thing about it, those kids are very similar. So I'm not going to say why keep it a secret. If you go into the game plan, you can look and see are they doing things a little bit different. Look like uh, Peters has been having some up and down passing, and oh man, I don't do it.
For Rogers.
Carter has broken some long runs for the Panthers. I'm sorry about that, but it's just one of those things that happens when guys get in and they very similar. But I think both of them can give you the same thing.
Yes, sir. The Panthers want to rely on that rushing attack. They want to lean on the hands of Chase Bateman. Say he's a reliable ground threat for them, and he's very capable of breaking through any long run at any amount of time, coach.
Yes, definitely. And he's been banged up a little bit, so that off week may have helped him out a little bit. But he hadn't played a lot since the Grambling game, so we'll see is he back and ready to roll.
And on the offensive side, for the Southern Jaguars, you got Cameron McCoy, the dual threat quarterback. We'll see if he can implement himself into this game and lead the Jaguars offensively to the promised land as this kickoff return by the Panthers. Going to get this one going from left to right. Good return by the return man. Got a funky return, kind of had to catch it behind the shoulder.
Yeah.
But they was able to manage himself. Follow his blockers, get a good return all the way past 25. They got it to about the 29, so that's where the Panthers.
And there should be a penalty outside of the circle, so they'll add 5 yards, so they'll actually start 30.
So that was number 15. Bird on the return right there for the Panthers. Got it all the way to the 29 and that 5-yard penalty. It's going to have this one starting at the 34-yard line for the Panthers. So Cameron Peterson will be the quarterback to start off for the Panthers, working in the shotgun formation. Got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He has Jockwell coming in motion from left to right. It's going to be a screen pass going to him, and he's going to go possibly for about 4 or 5 yards right there.
And Bingman is back there. Just a quick screen. Get the quarterback going. See what you can get.
So that screen is able to go for 5 yards over to the right side of the field. So now Peters ready to go back into action on the second down and 5, looking to the sideline. Going to get the new play call. Now he's ready to work. Got 3 receivers, two receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Looking to pass. Going to check this down to his tight end. Going to maybe get about 3 yards right there on the little flat down to him. But see what this 3rd down and 2 play will be for the Panthers.
Yeah. Quick passes, trying to get them going. I look at things and notice something funny. Look at Prairie View's coaches over there sitting with the sheet behind. Because all the Southern coaches over here probably with binoculars looking at them.
Now it's 3rd down and 2 for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at their own 42-yard line. Motion man coming in right there, ball from the on to the running back, trying to follow through the hole. Maybe going to be about a yard shy of that one. Got some ending, pushing, shoving coming at the end of the play. The ball's handed off to Bateman. Bateman's going to be about a yard shy right there.
Yeah, I thought he got it on that second push. So let's see if they try to jump offside right here.
Working quicker to the line of scrimmage now, trying to get a quick snap here. First one, not get the Jaguars to jump offside. So now Peter's going to look to the sideline, trying to get the new play call. Looks like Jermaine Jackson will just take this one and bring out the punting unit instead of going forward. Got 13 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
They probably will get a penalty for the delay of game, which he may not mind.
You got 2 seconds left on the play clock. They're just going to take the delay of game. So Jaguars didn't nudge on that first cadence call by the Panthers, showing some discipline right there to force 3 and out, possibly right here. After this 5-yard penalty, is going to push the Panthers back. So he's going to make this a 4th down and 6 now for the Panthers. Back deep for Jaguars, number 14.
Number 4. Defense out there in a front safe situation.
Number 4. that was number 14, Kobe Brown, right there, that let the punt just go out of bounds. It looks like the Jaguars are going to be in good field position to start this one, somewhere around their own 40-yard line. So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the Jaguars will have their first look at things when they come back here. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Coach Northern just got through scoping out the fans, able to see people knocked out here. You got probably a little bit too intoxicated from the homecoming festivities earlier. But nevertheless, like I said, it's been a good festivities atmosphere around here. The Panthers were unable to come out with any points out on their first drive. So now the Jaguars are going to try and see if they can put some points here on their first opening drive, Coach.
Yeah, I think what they may try to come out and do is get some quick passes or run to the perimeter of the defense. The Southern is known for running inside zones, so they may try to add some power read or some speed sweeps, as well as do some of the things that Prairie View did: 2 quick passes, a quick screen, a bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the edge. So this kid here is
First and 10, ball on the 43.
Yeah, they want to really rely on Trey Holly, their workhorse coach. Like I said, he controls the tempo for the Jaguars. So now you got Cameron McCoy that's going to be doing the quarterback duties for Jaguars. Correction, that's going to be number 15. That is Ashton Starter right there.
yes,
Being the quarterback duties. Now this first one handed off to Tolly. He's going to go possibly for about 6 yards right there. So let's say got about 5-yard gain right there. So,
and like I said, they attack the edge of the defense right there, try to get under the blitzer coming off the edge. You see the two overhang.
Starter working in the shot confirmation. Going to throw this one out to the wide receiver. He's going to kind of make him fall backwards a little bit, trying to get some positive gain from the ball that had him come backwards, but still got positive yards right there. You're going to say about a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, he reached the ball out and he stepped out of bounds after he reached. So that's a perfect example of quick pass. And I'm guaranteeing Prairie View is going to set a trap and make him think he can throw that quick out, and their cornerback is going to be sitting right there.
So that 2nd down and 5 pass goes for 4 yards, makes the 3rd down and 1 now for the Jaguars. Working in pistol formation, ball's going to be handed off to the running back, Holly. Holly somehow, some way was able to get out of the first initial tackle and then scramble his way past the 50 to the 21-yard line.
They're trying to attack all the tackles.
Jaguars a fresh new set of downs here. 1st and 10 for them inside the Panthers territory, officially at the Panthers 42-yard line. Shotgun formation for Starter. Got 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Now get the high snap able to maintain it. It's going to throw this one. Just going to throw this one out of bounds. Was intended for number 17 right there for the Jaguars. That is Cameron Jefferson. But that was just way too high for anybody.
Yeah, because he had the good thing he didn't throw it. Parker would have picked that off and then running high step in front of the Jaguars bench right there. Like I said, they gonna set the trap. Trust me.
So substitutions come in now for both teams. Now Bishop gets his away from the ball. Now ready to go. Shotgun formation for Charles. Ball's going to be handed off to the running back Holly. Holly bounces out back to the right side, to the left side of the field. Jaguars going right to left. Tried to go run this up the middle, bounce back out to the outside, but Again, the Panthers just all over that.
This is where you don't want to be if you're Southern. So they had an incomplete pass 9 times out of 10. Anywhere in football, if you have an incompletion on first down, you're going to come back with a pass. And that's exactly what Southern did, but Prairie View was all over that.
So Holly run goes for 1 yard. So third down and 9, play for a starter. Shotgun formation, looking pass, going to step up in the pocket. Now to take this one and just try to get some positive yards right there. Well covered by the Panthers all the way around, but it's going to make this a 4th down. And
I go for this.
Bring up 4th down Jaguars.
I would think they would have gone for it because if you run it in the end zone, it's only about a 10-yard gain. You got to open penalty.
So Coach Grave is going to bring out his punting unit now. Both teams had a chance to possess the ball. Looks like for a second, the punter looked like he's going to try and fake it right there. He's going to take a punt. It's going to go in.
That's a bad call. He was in the end zone, then touched the ball.
I was just about to say that. We want to see if they get a chance to go back and review that one. Somehow, some way, if it stands, the downman was able to down the ball at the 1 yard line. If he was able to keep himself from touching the goal line.
So the thing about it is a TV timeout. So I'm pretty sure Coach Jackson or somebody on his staff, if they have a TV in, well, you know what? They have the pads on the sideline. So if they have a side copy, they may look at that pad and say, hey, we need to review that because that'll be a
Jaguar fans, please direct your attention to the field line.
So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, the Panthers will have this one. Trying to see who can be the first one to put some points here in this contest. No score by both teams on their first drive. Keep right where you got it. Listening to the broadcast.
Dr. Gregory Garner, CMO. Dr. Pam Daniel.
You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, your home for community voices and Panther pride. We'd like to take a moment to recognize the Prairie View A&M Athletic Club, a proud supporter of Panther athletics since 1986. For nearly 4 decades, they've been standing behind our student athletes, building champions on the field and in the classroom. Now, we're honored to partner with them here at Open Mic to continue that mission, bringing you live coverage, in-depth stories, and the passion of Prairie View sports all season long. From the track to the gridiron, from tip-off to the final buzzer, Open Mic is proud to be in step with the Prairie View A&M Athletic Club, where tradition meets tomorrow. Stay locked in, there's more Panther action ahead, right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Thank you for your continued support of SUSU.
Back to the AEW Mumford Stadium, where we have no score here in the first quarter. Both teams were able to possess the football. I'd like to remind our listeners that you can support the Open Mic Broadcast Network by visiting
Jaguar fans and athletics would like to recognize our corporate partners. Raising Cash Chicken Fingers, the Lake Regional Medical Center, Baton Rouge Care Philanthropy.
I was about to say earlier, the rain came about 12 o'clock, light, and then stopped, and then came around about 2 o'clock. But now the rain, you can see, is making some of these fans scatter for some shelter. It won't hurt them too bad, but not seeing any thunder in the skies right now. So play will continue to play right now. Teams aren't still out on the field, just about getting set, getting ready out this 2-minute timeout. So both teams had a chance to possess that ball. Was it the ball in the first quarter, Coach? So how do you try to assess this now? If the Panthers give you a second look at things.
Man, these teams mirroring each other. Like I said, they're going to try to attack the edges of the defense. Both teams trying to get their quarterbacks going a little bit, and it's going to be a defensive struggle. I think I was telling somebody on the radio show I did a local Baton Rouge show that I almost the first one to 18 might win this ball game. A lot of people saying the first one to 20 is going to win, but it might be 15 the way it's going now. And with this weather coming in, I don't expect a high-scoring game.
Absolutely. We just got a chance to talk about it earlier before the game started. It's going to be a big indicator for these teams how mentally they can be prepared for this one, because they had some rain early when they were warming up, and the rain's supposed to come back around 6 o'clock, But it seems like it came a little earlier than 6 o'clock here. So it's like about 4:19. The rain's starting to pick up, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem for the game to continue. It's just see how much, if there will be much of a passing game, Coach. Right?
Yes, and like I say, both teams not prolific
The
passers,
previous play
but yeah. So
under review.
remember what I said. So the previous play is under review. So they probably checking to see did that kid either step in the end zone, or if he did step in the end zone, did he come back and establish himself with 2 feet back in bounds, which I didn't see him do. And like I
Yes.
say, this is my school playing, so I'm gonna call it like I see it.
Yeah, we try to keep things neutral here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Say it is a homecoming festivities for the Southern Jaguars. You see that Coach Northern has had to try to keep his hat neutral in each side that he's went to, but he's having himself a good time here. But like I said, this one, if it stands, the ball would be stopped and down at the 1 yard line. So that's where the Panthers would have had this one. But if it gets overturned, they should get this one around the 20-25 yard line. Running had some plans, snap for some shelter. Instead of making a way out, trying to speed back up right there.
Some people slowly trickling back in from their shelter. The other thing, Southern is supposed to be a no umbrella policy, but I do see a few umbrellas on the ends of the stadium.
Oh, you see
Look,
them all in the coach.
hey, the worst ones are the women. If you tell them women put their umbrellas down, man, you might as well ask them for a couple $1,000. Man, I'm surprised they did not overturn it.
Yeah, that's a shocker right there. So I guess not enough to overturn this one. So the Panthers are going to get this one.
You know what the difference may be? The cameras, where the cameras in the stadium. If they own the goal, see, they not right on the goal line, so that gives you a different angle. We were at the right stage, and we were talking about the angle of the cameras. I wouldn't be surprised if Prairie View goes deep up top.
First and 10 down for Peters. Working the pistol formation. Going to take this one. Hand is off to the running back McDowell.
Oh, they
Somehow,
had him.
some way to stop and get through one tackle, step through one, and get a positive gain for about 9 yards right there.
Yeah, Givens had him in the end zone and missed him. I think that was my man Bristol. Now Bristol's out there coming back from a broken hand, and both of those guys missed him in the end zone. So that's the story for Southern football right now. Your 2 best players have a chance to get a safety and don't make the play.
Good run by McDowell to get the Panthers some breathing room right here on the 2nd down and 1. So the 2nd down and 1 play goes right back to McDowell, running right back up the middle of the defense. Is going to run this one past the 15. Going to be tackled right about the 17-yard line. Good gain, about 7 yards right there.
Yeah, Prairie View's going to have a good size advantage over Southern's defensive line. Especially Southern's defensive ends are not big, but they are fast. So you got to try to pound them and make them slow them down more than you do beat them up.
So back-to-back runs for McDowell, and he sees this one again. Once again, he's going to take this one, take the Jaguars a big one with him. He's going to stop forward progress right around the 23-yard line. So another positive game for McDowell.
He carried them about 5 yards on that play. So, like I say, that's where your size and strength and your weight room come in.
Rain starting to pick back up here. 8:32 remaining here in the first quarter. No score here between the Prairie View A&M University Panthers and the Southern Jaguars. He's working in the shotgun formation now. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Look at the pass to the right side. He's going to try to connect it. Rockwell and does so. Only need to get about 4 right there, but the pass
Still a
kind
yard
of
short.
come back to the ball. It'll be about a yard shy right there. So Rockwell Peters on the connection for 3 yards. Will make this 3rd down and 1.
Same situation as last time. Now they got a bigger backfield, so they may just say, here, don't get us a yard, big guy.
3rd down and 1 now. McDowell in at the running back now for the Panthers. 3 receivers, 2 Peters left, 1 to his right. Gets the snap and the hand is off to McDowell. McDowell makes 1 cut up the field and going to try to carry the tackle with them and just fall forward, able to do so successfully past the 1st down mark. Keep those feet turning, get the defender on, coach.
That's a good job of just twisting and turning and securing the football with a big defensive tackle that probably weighs closer to 330 on your back.
1st and 10 now for the Panthers. Quick pass to
Oh.
Rockwell. 2 out of here, 8 out of his hands. Trying to come quick to him was Peters, but probably was a little bit too on it. Going to fall incomplete, make it a 2nd down and 10.
The good thing about it, that ball didn't get tipped into Southern defender's arm. It went straight through. 2nd and 10. Let's see if we get a run. Normally you would, or some type of swing pass.
Second and 10 now for Cameron Peters. Tries to get Jaguars to jump offside with that first K call, but doesn't get them. So now he's going to look up to the sideline. They didn't play call now. Now he's going to get a new formation. He got two receivers to his left, has one to his right, and Dow is the running back there. Now Peters gets the snap, looks the pass, going to try to connect to his wide
Another
receiver.
ball
Going
to
to
the
be
hand.
incomplete. It was 10 for number 10 right there with Andre Dennis, but just in and out of the head. You see that rain probably might be the
To number 10 for
indicator
PV.
for probably the reason
That
that
bring
slip
up a
through his
big
hand.
TV.
Probably put too high right there.
But the thing about it, like I say, that goes against the quarterback. It doesn't say that receivers that got two balls. If you ask the receivers, they say they should have caught it. So now you in third and long when you really should probably be in maybe third and 4 or 5 if those balls are caught.
Third down and 10 now for the Panthers. Clock going to stop at 7:18. The motion man, tight end number 8 for the Panthers. Travion Jones going from motion from left to right. So now they're set with two receivers, two Peters left, two just right. Gets the snap. They're trying to step up in the pockets. Will finally be thrown down to the turf. Probably would have been sacked for a loss, but got thrown back to the original line of scrimmage. Might give him half a yard right there.
Yeah.
So Jaguars defense able to stand tall right there. It seemed like a Panthers offensive drive that was about to turn up something. Started deep and backed up at the own 1 yard line. Is going to stall here, Coach.
Man, I was just thinking this is not the start you want if you Prairie View football.
Back deep for Jaguars with number 14, Kobe Brown, to receive this punt, standing at about his own 31-yard line to punt forward. Panthers be number 48. That's Adam Atwell. Takes, this like might have hit a Jaguar defender, or returner right there, but good awareness right there by Brown to just hurry up and pick up the football.
Mm-hmm. Good thing Prairie View didn't get a penalty call. One of the guys just jumped over the pop. But the thing about it, like I say, everybody has to adjust in the rain. I'm looking at it, the punt returner is about 40-something yards deep. In the rain, you need to come up 5 to 7 yards. So if he comes up and catches that ball in the air, it doesn't have a chance to almost hit someone. So everybody's got to adjust. The receivers got to try to hit. The running backs may have to take sleeves off, or whatever may make the ball slip. The quarterbacks have to put a little bit of stick on their hands.
Presented by Pam White, lead population health
There's
strategy
a lot of small
specialist.
adjustments we can make.
The truth
Yes,
is
we're going to take a quick break right here. Right now, the Panthers Jaguars will score with 6 minutes and 29 seconds right now. Keep right listening to
we enjoy
Join us each and every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, for a word of encouragement from the Temple of Refuge Ministries. Simply dial 857-777-0000. Building the kingdom, one soul at a time. Temple of Refuge Ministries, Prairie View, Texas.
brought to you by the SU on the One Club. That card will be yours. All you need to do is scan the QR code on the screen and enter the raffle. Don't forget, Sixers prize is a value plastic food for charity. Plus a $10,000 food and beverage already.
And the thing about it is a field position game. So, if Southern gets to stop when Prairie View had McDowell almost backed up to get a safety, now you got a much shorter field to go, and that's one of the things I talk about. Defense can make it easier for the offense by giving them a short field. Both offenses right now not where they want to be.
Right now, this will be the second time that the Jaguars will get a look at things here.
First and 10 Jaguars, ball on the
Starting
35
at
yard
about
line.
the 35-yard line, moving from right to left. Again, this is the Southern Jaguars homecoming, so they're trying to turn things around here and bounce back and put another W into their win column. Keep good grace on Coach Graves' signs that he has done an outstanding job here in his second tenure for the Jaguars. So Now, starters going in, working in the shotgun formation and hands off to Holly. Holly runs to the left side, trying to call his block. It's going to be tripped up, caught from behind, not to be picked up about 9 yards.
And the thing about it, look at Prairie View's defense, how many guys they have close to the box now. It's pretty much 8 guys, 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers with the 2 overhangs. So they going to dare Southern to throw the ball right now.
Holly pick up 9 yards right there. Now going down. Starter is off the shot. Holly wants to get Holly wants to right side. Trying to jump over the field. So successfully passing the
And that's what I was talking about. Sometimes you have to run the ball even when the numbers don't look good for you. Just be consistent with it. Keep going. Holly gonna make somebody look bad, or he gonna run over him. And you can see why a kid like that led the state of Louisiana in rushing, led his team to a state championship, and was fortunate enough to play at LSU with the balance, all the extra yards that he get. They trying to go back inside on him.
They tried to get right back to Holly and let him see what he can put together right there. That third and second run, but this was only able to go about 3 yards right there. So it's going to make it a 2nd down and 7. And you say they're going to try to lean on Holly their workhorse.
You have no other choice, And what's going to happen? You have to see if Prairie View start inching those guys, especially if they're not blitzing. You have to bring those guys up, and then you may get a double move on the cornerback, or you may play action, then get a post route.
So now it's going to make this 2nd down and 5. So 2nd down and 7. Then it's going to be started. It's going to be caught up. Going to be taking the sack.
That's what I was talking about. So the guys came up, the safety came down, and this guy right here, one-on-one with the cornerback, probably should have ran more of a skinny post, but he thought he had it.
So that sack is going to push it now and make it a 3rd down and 12 now for the Jaguars. Got a little stoppage in the play right now. Panthers helmet come off. So he has to come step off on the side. That's big boy number 99. Alonzo Sparks.
This is where it gets good for Prairie View defense right here. You have no idea what coverage they're doing.
3rd down and 12. Started looking to pass. Going to connect with the receiver. Just sitting in the soft spot of the defense of the Panthers right there. Past the 1st down marker. Past the 35. And 30. So a big hit right there. Had all day to throw that one. But Stroud connected to his receiver. So that's going to be a screen pass. Going to hit to Brown on the left side here. And somehow almost could have been blown up right there. And quarterback went toward throwing the block right there. But
this my man Zachary. Zachary does a good job almost making the play. And Southern was lucky enough that the kid did bobble it and catch it.
So that screen play is able to go for 5 yards right there. But before that, when that connection was able to go for 15 plus yards right there to keep the drive alive. Right
See, this is bad officiating. Southern didn't substitute. They changed the formation so the guy with the C on should not stop him from running the play. I would probably be losing my mind if I was out there.
Now the ball is losing. The ball's recovered by the Panthers.
Yeah, the quarterback had a pull read. Nobody was out there, and the running back held on to it.
So the first turnover goes over to the Panthers. We're going to see if the Panthers can find a way to capitalize on that right there, Coach.
I'm talking about no one was out there, so it may have been a bad alignment by the defense, and the end crashed down, and like I say, just bad communication. And that's a guy that hadn't played a lot of football for Southern. I was talking to one of the coaches, and he basically just showed up on campus a few days before school started.
So now we're going to see what Cameron Peter can try to put together here for this offense. The sun is back out shining.
Yeah,
You
man.
would have never thought that it was raining. So the humidity is going to be a huge indication here for this team to see how mentally tough they can prepare for this one. So now Peter working in the shotgun formation, looking to pass, try to throw this one, and it's going to be complete by his tight end, Jones. Jones lowering the shoulder. He about 5 yards right there. Was able just to go to the flat right there. Was uncovered and then lower his shoulder and get about 4 yards right there.
Yeah, they missed the tackle at the line. Jones is a Swiss Army knife. He can do anything. He can block for you. He can catch it, and then once he catches the ball, he runs better than you think.
Say that reception by Jones is good for 4 yards. And they make it a 2nd down and 6 now. Ball is pushed all the way to the left hash of on the side of the field. Panthers moving from left to right. Shotgun formation. Peters got one receiver to his left. Also, he handed off to the running back. Bateman trying to follow his box to the right side. You see, coach, you got a receiver just over there, just standing over there to the side, far side, like he knew the ball wasn't coming for him, coach. So, kind of wish he would have seen a trick play right back to him because no one was over there, huh?
Yeah, and I don't know if he came on the field late or not. Sometimes those guys say they've been wide open. When you look at the film, what they tell you is not nearly true. See, the guy from Southern need to get inside. That receiver's too wide.
Now that run by Bingman is good enough to go for first down. So now the Panthers have this one spotted at their own 38-yard line. Shot confirmation for Peters. Got two receivers to his right, one to his left. Peters looking past line by to his left. Pressure coming by the Jaguars. Now Peters going to have to
Great
just
play
go
by
away.
Peters. Great play. Getting rid of the ball. Southern brought some edge pressure. A little lightning stunt. They sent the defense line inside. They sent one guy off the edge, and he should have been able to see that coming because all the defenders were stacked behind each other. So that lets you know somebody's coming.
Elijah West is safety in there coming to bring the pressure and make Cameron Peters just throw that one away. So now make this one second down. This one was going to be complete and caught by the receiver number 9. That is awful, but he takes a big hit right there, but able to maintain possession on that.
Bring a Panthers.
Third down, safe forward now for the Panthers. Past midfield, safe. Spotted at the 34-yard line. Shot confirmation for Peters. One receiver to his left.
Big sprint out.
3 to his right now. The Panthers going to take the time, look over to the sideline. Peters trying to get the play ball now. Bingman is the running back on this play right now. Was lined up on Peters right now. Going to move over to the left. Jaguars got one quarter press and got one showing sagging off. Now Peters going to check this one down to Bingman. Bingman has one defender. The big makes one cut. Now has blockers in front of him past the 45, at the 30, at the 35, at the 20, finally going to be tackled out of bounds. Good play call by the Panthers right there. Good awareness for Peters just to check the check down and make it a good rest.
Well, they showed blitz and the opposite defender had to run through all that track. We call it Colorado because they run that play a lot. They'll send 3 receivers, smash it to the inside, bring the running back from the opposite side, and you can't run through all that traffic. But they tip their hand too soon.
What do you know? Our first play here in the red zone doesn't come until 30 seconds here until the first quarter. Now it will be the hands of the Panthers. First and 10, ball spotted at the Jaguars' 18-yard line. Ball coming in off to McDowell. McDowell trying to move to the left side, trying to follow his blocker. Ain't going to do so successfully. Just fall forward for about a 3-4 modest yard gain right there.
Yeah, just a stretch zone. Just let him sort of find somewhere to run, and hopefully somebody gets out of the gap.
So that might take us to the end of one play.
The score is tied.
We have no score line between the Panthers and the Jaguars. Panthers have this one though inside the Jaguars. Red zone officially at the Jaguars 15. We make this second down and 7. We come back. We'll keep right where we got.
We certainly hope that you're enjoying our live coverage of Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. While we have a break in the action, we want to ask all of our listeners, have you been thrilled with the content and sports coverages provided to you here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network? If so, we want to take this opportunity to let you know for as little as 17 cents a day. Yes, you heard it correctly. For just 17 cents a day, you can become a listening partner right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. To do so, all you have to do is head to our website at obnradio.com. Again, that's obnradio.com, and fill out the inquiry form at the bottom of the page, and your monthly contributions will help us continue bringing you live and delayed sports coverages throughout Waller County and beyond. And again, it's only on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to AEW Mumford Stadium, where we have no score here in our contest between the Prairie View A&M University Panthers and Southern Jaguars. Here on the Southern Jaguars homecoming, where a stadium that holds 500,000 people. Say it's almost about the way they're filled up, but you can say the rest of the population is just stuck in traffic right now, trying to find their way into the facility right now, Coach.
Yeah, it's still people out there. My 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 wife and her family, we have tickets, I should say, but I never use them. But one game they came to, they said people still on the hump in the fourth quarter last year. I forget what game it was. So, and then the concession stand always have an issue on the visitor side, or should I say the eastern side.
Panthers going to have this one now, moving from right to left. Again, it's going to be second down and say 7 for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at the Jaguars' 15-yard line.
First and 10 Panthers. Second and 7 Panthers. Ball on the 15-yard line.
Peters in his offense ready to go now, working in the shotgun formation. Got two receivers to his right. McDowell is the running back with Peters lined up on the right side. Ball's going to be hiked, handed off to McDowell. McDowell jump through, going to cut through. McDowell still on his feet, going to jump through. It's going to finally be in for the touchdown.
Probably should have been tackled. That's the story of Southern's defense right there, in position to make the plays, and guys just not making tackles. One guy out of place, and that messes it up there.
So McDowell able to run the football in 15 yards out, able to hurdle a couple of tackles from being tackled down. And McDowell would not be denied of the end zone right there to get our first score in this contest.
And that's one thing, like, people want Prairie View to be a spread, run and shoot-ish, West Coast type of offense, air raid. But like Coach said, they want to have air raid concepts with a power running game. Because a power running game is going to work in the wind, it's going to work in the rain, it's going to work when it's cold.
The snap was good, the hold was good. PAT is good for the Panthers to make this score now 7-0 here in the second quarter. It only took the Panthers one play here in the second quarter to get our first points of the game. But nevertheless, they'll take it any way they can get it. I'd like to remind our listeners that
Jaguar fans, please direct your attention to the 25-yard line.
visit our 24-hour stream at radio.com. Catch any broadcast of games and special So visit and join in to
who have gone on to become doctors, directors, professional dancers, and leaders across the country. Includes Naval University, the official basketball dance team supports recruitment efforts and represents our Jaguar spirit year-round. All across campus and the nation. To celebrate 25 years,
was able to find Peter. It only took him just one quarter to get in there, Coach, but they'll take it anywhere they can.
Hey, man, you had a lead. I think you don't have a sign and you get the lead
coming in around 4:20. Just stop. Now the sun is back out, but the rain should come back around 6 o'clock. So how big of an indication are you trying to just tell your players to stay hydrated? For the Jaguars, at least they got a little shade right here on our side, but for the Panthers, they're stuck in the heat right there.
Hey, man, that's one thing we talk about as the season goes on. You still have to make sure you get a couple sips of Gatorade, Powerade, whatever your school sponsors by, as well as some water. Every time, even if you don't want it, people think, well, it's cold, or, hey, man, so you have to make sure you take that. Excuse me, Panther fans, Jaguar fans that may be tuning in, man. We just got our stats from a young man. His dad is a Baton Rouge media legend, Greg Rochelle, and his son was a little boy that would be around the field house and on the sideline with his dad. Unfortunately, his dad passed away a few years back. He just brought up the stats that we're taking a look at it. If you look at the stats, it's almost a pretty even ball game. Minus the Panthers have 95 yards, the Southern has 59, but everything else is almost the same.
So both teams got a change. possessed the ball twice in the first quarter. But the Panthers were able to come away with points on the third drive. We'll see if the Panthers Jaguars can return the favor here. You said both teams are mirroring themselves right now. The Jaguars are trying to do everything they can to keep the festivities on the right side. If you're the Jaguars, but if you're the Panthers, you're trying to come in, be spoiler alert, and keep the hot hand running, and keep Jermaine Jackson resume looking as tiff and tat as possible for the first year tenure for the Panthers. Not always an easy task to come in, asking for a lot for the coach. And Coach Northern, and you had a chance to, like I said, be in that position. How is it for, like I said, a coach coming in right now? You got a lot on your hands, but you see that you got your team with you and responding with you. That's always what you try to do. Try to cultivate and captivate that locker room early.
Well, the dynamics have totally changed because you can almost start over new. And I had a coach that I know that coach SWAC football, coach in the SEC, say it's almost like the SWAC and LCS football has become the feeding grounds for the bigger schools to supplement their rosters. And then you have to lose a guy late and then have to go out and find somebody else that may not have experience to play. So, and then you have to deal with some of these kids are getting paid now, so they're making decisions on what to say, playing time or paying time, both.
Now, Panthers ready to come set this one, kick this one off too. The Jaguars.
Oh, he came up too far.
Turnman had to brace himself and retrieve backwards, trying to get this one, trying to make his way all the way from the left side back to the right side of the field, and finally going to be tackled. Looked like he was going to be tackled about the 5.
Oh, man.
He was able to somehow scamper his way out of the hands of the special teams right there, and then just gracefully get all the way back to the 20-yard line.
But that's what I was talking about earlier. You have to make adjustments. He runs up to catch the ball goes over his head. Now he has to go backwards. While he's going backwards, you have a kickoff team that's running to him, and that's yards that you're giving up. And Prairie View had been setting the world on fire with their kickoff team, so you have to be able to take advantage of it. So that's a good job by some of the guys tracking them down. And now Southern doesn't have good field position to start another drive.
Now Strada will get this one handed off to the running back, trying to run to the edge side. Looks like it's going to be a new running back. This one's 5. Correction, it is 5.
Yeah, that was a bad read. He should have called that tackle around the end and put it back. And that goes back to trust. That's all. Playing with different guys.
Well, just even to go back to that kickoff return, Coach, you could have let that one bounce and look the way it was going to go bounce into the end zone. You get a better start field position.
Well, you always tell guys to feel the ball on the kickoff because you never know which way that football will take a funny bounce and kick back or something like that. So he did a good job of feeling, just not a good job of tracking.
So now the second down and 9 play has started going outside the pocket. Take this one, just lead this one inside the Panthers sideline because it was just well covered by the Panthers all the way around.
Yeah, excellent coverage. He thought he was going to get that dig to come open like he did the last time. And the Panther cornerback up top did a good job of keeping the receiver from coming back inside. And then the safety did a good job of plastering with his receiver. Once the quarterback started scrambling, the receiver should have cut inside, but he went outside, making it a harder throw.
So the only positive thing right now has been a 1-yard gain by Holly. So now it's going to be a 3rd down and 9 now for Strada. It's an intercept looking to pass. Going to throw this one to the wide open wide receiver coming across the drag and trying to make a move. He probably did a little bit more slipping and just cost himself and lose his footing right there. Going to be about a yard shy of that. And he just ran the 1 yard he needed instead of trying to tangle with the defender right there, Coach. He might have a first down.
Coach tell you, as soon as you catch that drag, get vertical. If you get vertical, you can run through that block instead of try to dance. So, it's like, these guys are not doing what they taught. I'm not going to say what they're taught to do, but, that should be a first down. I don't care how you cut it up.
So now it's going to make it a 4th down and 1. You're the Panthers. You got to be disciplined just in case if the Jaguars try to sneak something by you. Back deep 4, the Panthers will be return man number 10. That is Dennis. Dennis receiving, calling for a fair catch, and is going to do so and get it, and going to be
now you see the difference in field position with Southern starting. Prairie View starting from the 41-yard line where Southern started from the 20. But had that guy caught it, he probably gets way more yards than where they started off with. So it's just Southern football in a nutshell.
So we'll take a quick break for ourselves for this mini timeout. But keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, where the Panthers lead it by a score of 7-0 to Southern Jaguars.
How you doing? It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. People often ask us, how can they enjoy our daily content that we provide at the network? Well, there are several ways you can do so. You can first go to the website at obnradio.com. Once you get to the website, there is a 24-hour stream that you can listen to. And in the event that there's a live game going on, you can listen by clicking the Listen Live link or by dialing 857-777-0000. For those of you who may miss the live coverage, you can always join in on our YouTube channel at Open Mic Broadcast Network. And that, my friend, is how you stay up to date with the things provided each and every day here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to AW Mumford Stadium, where the Panthers lead by a score of 7-0 over the Southern Jaguars here on their homecoming day. Panthers are trying to keep, spoiler alert, but the Jaguars are trying to see if they can keep themselves here in this game right now. On the defensive side right now, see if they can stop this Panthers offense, Coach.
Yeah, see if they can put some more points on the board, got good field position.
Now the Panthers going to have this one, and almost could have been a house call.
Man.
Should have been intercepted right there by number one. The defensive man, Kelvin Guinness.
Preseason player of the year. Look, and he had his name is spelled Ckelby, so we have a joke in our family. They call him Chuck Kelby or Chuck Kelby. But he's a great football player. He plays hard, I'll tell you that much.
So Gibbons is able to knock that ball down to make it a second down play, but this was going to be a handoff to Bateman, and Bateman running hard, able to spin out of a tackle, enough past the first down. A nice 13-yard run game right there behind Bateman.
And Southern is substituting. I guess the kid that's coming off must have missed the tackle. I see him getting talked to about a linebacker. So that was a good job, keeping tight, straight up vertical run by Bateman.
Now the ball's past midfield in the Jaguars' territory. The Jaguars kind of blew that one play up, and actually they are going to be able to do so. I thought Bing was going to be able to slip through that one, but not able to do so. Going to be a tackle for a loss of 5.
So that's a counter pull read, and you see the 83 up top was in the backfield and came across the formation. He probably should have pulled it and threw it to him. How fast Southern's defensive line was in the tackle's back pocket.
Panthers had that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Coach. The Panthers had that one past midfield. So
they got 2-on-1 up top, so he should be throwing the ball to one of those stack guys up there. They can't defend that.
So Peters looking to pass, and this ball's going to be knocked down. It was intended for number 82 right there. That was supposed to go to Jeremiah Aaron, and if he was able to come through with that one, Coach, it probably would have been a huge game right there for about 20 yards.
Well, the thing about it, they had some pressure on him, so he had to try to get rid of the ball a little bit sooner than he wanted to, throwing off his back foot. And that's one thing that happens to Cam. Sometimes he'll throw it off his back foot. He has a good arm, but you can't live with bad technique.
So now this 3rd down and 15 play. They say 3rd down and 14 now for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at midfield. Clock is stopped at 11:59. Peters working in the shotgun formation. Damien now the running back moved over Peters right to his left. Peters faked the hand off to Bingman. Now steps up in the pocket. Now going to roll to his right. Looking for the receiver. Going to connect with Bingman. Bingman trying to make a move. And it's going to be stopped about a yard shy of the first down. Is going to see if they give him the first down.
Yard short. Look like Prairie View coach is trying to get him to hurry up.
Panthers is going to try to keep the offense out on the field right now. So some substitutions coming in from both teams right now. Bingman was a yard shy of the first down. So that reception is good to go for 13 yards.
2-on-1 down here again. Just throw it out here to one of these guys. There's no way they can defend it. Same thing up top. At least up top, you see the guy right at the 30-yard line. He can cheat the box and sort of try to serve two masters. But these guys right here, there's no way they can play both of those guys.
And I think Coach Graves saw the same thing that you saw, Coach, because he had to hurry up and call that timeout and talk things over here for the Jaguars defense, as it is a 4th down and 1 play.
I think they actually looking to see was it a bad spot on the play.
So it looks like they're going to take a timeout to try to review it, see if Bingman was actually tackled short of the first down or he got past it. From here, it looked like he got it, Coach.
Yeah. Either that, and I didn't see the ball come out, so I'm pretty sure they got it looks like they taking the spot.
Looking to go for it, try to get them offside. You're going to take the points, Coach.
That's probably too full for a field goal with the way the weather and I don't see flags. But the thing is, man, you got a good running game. Hand that sucker off to McDowell and see if he gets you.
1 yard. Go 1 yard.
Hey, he's proven that he don't need the best of blocking.
Panthers, they can monitor this team in the timeout. We'll see if the 4th and 1 will stand or if it will be enough for the first down. You can share your scores and stories on our Twitter accounts. 463-244. Text and call that 463-244. This is part of the broadcast. Help team coverage for our community. 11:22 remaining here in the second quarter. Panthers receive the opening kickoff. So they were able to overturn the call, and it's going to be a first down for the Panthers.
Yep. See them moving the chains already.
So
did they move the ball though? That's the funny thing about
it. They say the ball should be moved all the way down to the 36-yard line now. So it was originally down, they say at like the 37.
Okay.
Well, it's at 38, I should say.
Okay,
but
so now I see it now. I'm looking at the wrong guy with the X on. That's the ball.
So the Panthers are able to come out fortunate on this side of the replay. We thought one earlier when they replayed earlier that they would have got the benefit of the doubt. They didn't have them back all the way inside their 1 yard line. This time.
So they had to review so it's still a TV timeout. A lot of times in some places you'll see the TV guy with the countdown clock with 2 minutes on there to let you know how much time they have left.
So teams make their way out to the field, then huddle back up just for a momentary. Now we're back and get ready to resume play here. 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. They're going to have this one past midfield into the Jaguars territory, officially now at the Jaguars 36-yard line.
If Prairie goes too vertical up top, there's no way Southern can stop. The way you free safety, he's too far this way. They can't stop the 2 verticals. Some people call it a switch release.
Panthers have this one moving from right to left. Ball's pushed all the way to the right hash now. Ball's going to hand it off to the running back McDowell. McDowell trying to. He pitches one out to Peters, and Peters has blockers. And somehow, somewhere, they didn't call the play dead. And heads up play right there by McDowell just to pitch it to Peters to do the rest of himself right there. That run probably only went for about 3 yards.
And you can see him standing there, not up. And, some guys stopped on the play. And I'm thinking they may have thought his forward progress was stopped. But, like I said, you got to play till the whistle. Some people say the echo of the whistle.
So now it's going to make this a 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. Peters working the shotgun formation. The pressure coming in.
No flag.
Peters just going to be able to get this one away.
They hadn't done a good job of picking up edge pressure so far in certain formations. So he could have came to the running back here, but he had one-on-one up top. But once again, he made an arm throw and underthrew it. And he may have thought that they were going to get the flag, which he probably should have, but I don't even see the referee's way back there.
So now it's going to make this a 2nd down and 10 now for the Panthers. Ball's going to be handed off McDowell. McDowell still standing on his feet. Somehow, some way, he's able to stumble his way and manages to keep his balance and just be about a yard shy of the 1st down. They say he has enough for the 1st down now.
First down.
Peters is going to hand this one off to McDowell. Once again, McDowell's going to run this one to the left side now, trying to take his time and stutter step. Trying to see if he can slip through a hole right there, but the Jaguars finally got him wrapped up right there, and then the whistle blows the play dead.
Yeah. He didn't pitch it that time. But the good thing about it that Southern is having a hard time figuring out are they going to squeeze down on the running back and let Peters go, or are they going to try to slow play it and McDowell is able to squeeze in between the defensive end up top. And what they're doing, they're slowing Givens down. If you read Givens, that's going to make him play slower.
So now this one makes it a 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at the Jaguars' 13-yard line. Peters make the handoff to Bateman. The ball's going to be caught and in for the touchdown. Completed by number 11, Rockwell. Thought they might have called for the pass interference for the push-off, but it looked like it's going to stay clean, Coach.
Yeah, good job, Ryan. And, like I say, if they can't fight, there's no advantage game, they're not going to throw a flag. But if Southern's guy would have pulled him down or he would have, they could clearly see the separation. He did a good job. You don't push with your hands, you push with your arm because the guy won't get as far away from you. You just need a little bit of space to get your hands out. So that was a good job on a semi-back shoulder throw.
And they say Rockwell didn't fully extend right there, so he's able to get enough extension right there to make the 13-yard reception good enough for a touchdown to extend the Panthers' lead down here 14-0.
So they're going to have to find out a way to how they're going to defend that because, like pick your poison. If you play to stop the run, you're going to give us something fast. And I would just play really to stop the run and make it try to beat you up top because most of their throws, long throws, have a connector. So you have to take away the slant, expect the fade, and then play football from there.
So 9:42 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Which seemed like it was going to be a straight back and forth defensive matchup. Panthers able to find a way into the end zone on the last 2 drives right there. Now we're going to see Jermaine Johnson continue into the shutout that he has here in the 1st half. So far, that defense was able to and it has looked fresh coming off of that bye week, Coach.
Yeah, I still think they want to maybe get a little bit more vertical pass game, but they're going to take the game where you get as long as you run the ball, you have a chance to win. You're not going to turn the ball
This one's going to be returned. Ryan returned in number 25 for Jaguars. That's Jason Gabriel. And Gabriel, once again, you see the home side of Jaguar coming out of Northern, not able to get a good stance behind that kick that pushed them back. And this time, we just let that one go to the end zone, Coach.
Definitely could have let that one go. But like I said, I just like seeing, if it was, I don't care who it was playing, I would say the same thing that guys have to adjust and they kill a penalty.
So instead of get this one at the 15, he's going to push it back about half the distance to the goal. He's about the 5-yard line now. Jaguars just making the deficit a little bit tougher now for them. So First and 10 now for Strotter and his Jaguar offense backed up inside their own 10, officially at their own 5. Shotgun formation, one receiver to his left, two to his right, going to hand this off to the running back, Holly. Holly trying to spin out of a tackle, but that defender for the Panthers would not let him go anywhere. That was number 3. Excuse me, that's number 26 for the Panthers.
And they blocked it up well. That's just a great tackle by the defender from Prairie View because they got the running back to the second level, but he did a great job in a one-on-one situation making that stop.
Yeah, correction, that's Cameron Amano on the tackle right there. Nice open field tackle right there to only allow Holly to 2-yard gains. We'll make it a second down and 8 now for the Jaguars. Stroller getting some new formations on this second down and play now. He's ready to go. Going to make it now. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Now we're going to have a stoppage in the play. And the Jaguars going to have to take a timeout here. Wasn't enough time left on the play clock for Stroller to get that snap in enough time. So it has to force the Jaguars to take their second timeout here in the first half, and they will be left with 1. So 8:53 remaining here in the second quarter. Panthers leading by a score of 14-0 over the Jaguars. We'll take a quick break and get right back here. Listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Doing is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. People often ask us, how can they enjoy our daily content that we provide at the network? Well, there are several ways you can do so.
Welcome back. Was it a quick timeout right there? Thought it would have been enough for a 30-second timeout, but like Coach Graves got his point across, is ready to go here. Second down and 8 plays, ready to go to a swing pass to Holly. But the Panthers over there on the right side of the field is able to have Holly just wrapped up. They're actually going to have him lose a yard right there. So it's going to make this a 3rd down and 9 now for the Jaguars.
That's where you don't want to be against the Prairie View defense. No they can drop 8, bring an edge pressure, bring a corner blitz. The ball is on the hash, so you don't know what you're going to see right here.
So they actually got a yard right there, no gain. So it'll still be a 3rd down and 8 now for the Jaguars. Starting in the shotgun formation, looking to pass, going to step up in the pocket now, going to try and run to the right side, going to be wrapped up in the arms of a Panthers defender. That's number 91, Mr. Hopkins. So it's going to make this a 4th down. We're going to say a 7 now, but it's going to have to force the Jaguars to bring out the punting unit.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. They're going to probably have to either start running some drug routes or running some guys through the same zone to see if they can get all their screen game. Going to have to get better in nerves. I would be surprised if Prairie View tries to block this today. They should have had one last week against Alcorn and got it called back. So I would, and the way Southern lineup is very similar to what Alcorn was.
So Dennis is back deep, not past his own 50, and actually on the Jaguars 40. And this punt doesn't even make it past the Jaguars 25-yard line. I'm going to say it's down at the Jaguars 32. So the Panthers are going to get this one with great starting field position and with a chance to add on to their lead.
Yeah, that short field position definitely bodes well for the Panthers. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a trick play right here either because of excellent field position. You're sitting on a 14-point lead.
Cameron Peters coming back out here working with the 14-0 lead. This one, going to have this one starting at the Jaguars 32-yard line, moving from right to left. 2 receivers to Peters' right, 1 to his left. Makes the handoff to Bingman. Going to connect to Jones, the tight end. Jones trying to follow his blockers. Going to finally be brought down. Jones didn't think he got tackled yet. He got back on his feet. And you can see that he's wanting to plead his case right there on why they blew the play dead.
His elbow may have touched, but he was still on top of the guy, so I don't know if he was down or not. But that's another, like I say, man, that joker there for facing football. And you saw what he did. He caught the ball and he immediately went. He didn't drift on it. He did a good job of getting vertical.
So that reception to Jones is good to go for 4 yards to make this a 2nd down and 6. So now Peters going to hand this off to Bingman. The Bingman's going to somehow run forward, then run backwards, and then it just seemed like he just speed boosted through the hole right there to get the gain that he lost.
He may have used one extra jump cut that he did on 2nd down, and he'll still pick up anytime you gain
Panthers have this one inside Jaguars territory, past the 25, officially at the Jaguars 24-yard line. 3rd down and 2 now for Peters, working in the shotgun formation. As Walker, the one receiver over here to the left. Ball's going to be handed off to McDowell, the running back. McDowell got blown up back immediately right there, and then was trying to force his way to the left side. Just running to the back of his own lineman right there.
Yeah, they forced him outside. One guy got a great jump defensive end over here, and then the overhang safety linebacker number 4 did a good job for the Jaguars.
So to say he actually lost a yard right there, so he's going to make this a 4th down and 3 down. Tremaine Jackson's going to keep the offense out on the field with the 14-0 lead right now. Just going to try to stay as aggressive as possible. So we'll see if he can get the Jaguars jump off sides, but the Jaguars don't do that right here. This ball's going to be try to connect with McDowell on the on the swing right there, but he'll come up with the reception right there, but probably would have been tackled shy of the 1st down anyway if he would have come up with the reception.
Well, the thing about it, they made the linebackers run through traffic. Once again, they were trying to pass it off, but they had pressure. So sometimes the pressure can alleviate coverage mistakes. So that was a good job by the defensive line from Southern.
Jaguar fans, please direct your attention to the 10-yard line for a special presentation on the field outside. That's the 10-yard line on the field outside.
Jaguars able to bring some pressure in on that 4th down play, and it comes out to their favor. Force turnover on the ground. Good starting field position that the Panthers got the ball. They were not able to capitalize on right there, so the Jaguars got to have some good life back into them right there.
You'll take that as a win as a defense. Now you can get some chunk plays from your offense. 5 minutes left. You still have one timeout, and you still have 2-minute timeout as well. So that's something that maybe you can hang your head on. Let's try to see if we can at least get 3 on the ball and go for it and get a touchdown.
Well, obviously, then you get the ball to start off the second half of the play. So if you get any points, you'll win them. You'll take 8 and so you'll be satisfied with 3, but you'll take 7 if it's there right there hanging out.
Yeah. You got to find a way to get some chunk plays, some big plays. One time, they thought they had it, but they got sacked on the 1st down play. The same play they scored against but you got to make sure that you take care of your in order to get those big plays. Unless you get a big play, big
Absolutely. The Panthers so far, they want to establish some kind of balance with the running game early, and they've been able to do so successfully. And then it's also starting to set up that play action like we're starting to see. So they're able to stick to their game plan. And also just forcing it right on the hot hand, whoever it is, Bingman or McDonald, who's been giving them positive gains so far, Coach.
Yeah, those guys always find a way to get yards. I don't care how you cut it up. Even if they in the backfield, you can see them finding a way to squirt through something. Or they have a big guy, little guy on their back. And then when you see guys hit them, they always end up going forward and knocking defenders back. That's a sign of good running backs to me.
Yes, sir. And then we also want to pay a close attention to the turnover margin. We didn't get a chance to talk about it on the pregame, but it is going to play a crucial role in today's game for both teams. But so far, we only have 1 turnover to the game, and the Panthers able to come out on that side of it and able to turn some points into it right there. So now we'll see what the Jaguars can do this here on this drive. 1st and 10 now for them, moving from left to right, starting at the own 25-yard line. 5:25 remaining here in the second quarter. Starter going to hand this off to the running back, Holly. Holly's going to run this one to the right side, trying to lower that shoulder. That's going to be a new running back, number 22, at his Ashbury.
And he's a freshman from Southern Ave. His dad and our high school teammates. His dad actually played quarterback at Jackson State, and he was the head coach at Texas Southern for a while as well.
So Marion Ashbury's run right there is good to go for 3 yards. So it's going to make it a 2nd down and 7 now for Starter. Starter looking to pass. It was designed for a quarterback draw, but as he's trying to slipped through the hole right there. He caught
15.
cleats right there and lost his footing,
Yes.
and probably would have had enough for the first down if he was able to keep his footing right
Bad
there.
spot. He 2 yards off. Thank you. He moved the ball. Man, how can you be that far off? That's the thing about it. Like I say, you see why coaches sometimes blow a gasket.
So now starting run right there. It's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. So it's going to make it a 3rd down and 2 now for this Jaguars offense. 4:23 remaining here. Shotgun formation for Stroud. 3 receivers to his right. Quick pass to receiver. Knee was down, but he is going to be able to have the connection. Pick up 2, maybe pick up 4 right there.
Something easy right there. You know, spacing concept, get it to the guy. Unfortunately, he went down. Good for Prairie View. Let's see if they get back, try to get Asbury to the edge.
Clock is going to continue to roll here. 3:58 remaining here in the second quarter. 1 receiver, 2 starters left, 3 to his right. He's going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to try to keep his feet alive and try and get an extra push from his offensive line right there.
Got 3. And they just went back to the zone. I think they may have to go back to that power off tackle running game, but those safeties for Prairie View coming down very fast.
So that carry goes to Barry once again. Barry picks up a 3-yard gain. So they're going to make it 2nd down and 7 now for the Jaguars. Ball spotted at their own 40. They say 39. Yeah, it's like about 39-yard line. 3:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation for Stroud. Looking to pass. Goes check down. Going to try to dance out of the pocket. Going to roll all the way to the right now. Looking for a receiver. Going to take this one. Just throw this one. Took a big hit after you got that one. Was outside of the pocket, so it won't be any roughing the passer right there. But just well covered right there by the Panthers once again.
And they do a good job once they see the quarterbacks get out of the pocket of finding the closest receiver and then manning up on them and making them make tough throws, cutting the windows down.
So the incomplete pass is going to stop the clock at 3 minutes and 7 seconds. See what the Jaguars can cook up here on this 3rd down and 7 play. Stroud in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to his left, 3 to his right. Going to connect this receiver on the drag route, but good open field tackle right there by the Panthers.
He did a good job reading that. Once he saw the ball with the crosser, he exploded and made a play.
That's number 4, Trevion Randall coming and making the tackle right there on the drag route to only allow the Jaguars to only pick up 2 yards right there and force Graves to bring out the punishment once again.
And I would not be surprised if Randall is in the running for SWAC Defensive Player of the Year, the way that joker just makes plays all over. He makes impact plays, not just plays, but he makes some impact plays.
It is standing at about his own 25-yard line. The ball is going to be punted up into the air. And fair catch signal made by Dennis.
See a flag on the field?
I'm trying to see. I see one right here about the 31-yard, I was saying 34-yard line. Might it be for a holding or for running out of bounds?
It may be blocking somebody while they're out of bounds. It's against Southern guys are making it seem as though it is against Prairie View, but the thing is, once the ball is kicked, they may not. Yeah, during the kick. Yeah, so if it happens before the ball is kicked, then that would have been added on to Southern's possession. But since it happened after the kick, it's already Prairie View's ball. I remember a while back, if the return guy didn't catch the ball, it was still in possession of the kicking team.
But so far, it was a clean first quarter with penalties. Both teams starting to pick them up here in the second quarter. Both teams were held to 135 yards right there. But if teams can be a little bit more disciplined going into that second half, coaches will be, of course, astonished by it. So now we're ready to get to resume back in play here. This ball's going to be handed off to the running back for the Panthers. We're going to run this one to the left side.
I think they just trying to get to the 2-minute timeout. And a lot of times what'll happen if you get an explosive play, then you may go more up tempo because the clock is going to stop. But since now let's see if they come out and go 2-minute mode because they still have 3 timeouts. But they may just say, hey man, let's count our blessings and get the halftime, especially with a Southern offense that's struggling. You don't want to give them any life from a turnover, a sack, or something like that. And they already had 1 interception that probably would have been a pick six by the defensive end that was dropped.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll take a quick break here at the 2-minute timeout. The Panthers lead though by a score of 14-0 over the Southern Jaguars. Keep right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to A.W. Mumford Stadium, where the Panthers are leading by a score of 14-0 over the Southern Jaguars, Coach.
Yeah, the thing you want to do if you Prairie View, you may want to try to get a field goal, but it's second and a good 9, so you may want to try to run the clock down and make Southern use their timeouts, or you may say, let's put our foot on the gas and see if we can put something on the board. And if you Southern, you want to try to keep them from scoring before the half, because this is where things fell apart in the Jackson State game. The defense was playing lights out, and they gave up a touchdown right before the half, and then it took all the air out of the sails, the balloons, the tires, whatever you want to call it.
Yes, sir. So Panthers still do have 3 timeouts remaining. So in a sense, they can take their time here, but they can still move methodically throughout that time and take shots down the middle of the field without having to necessarily get out of bounds. So now teams are making their way out of this 2-minute timeout. So the Jaguars should be only left with 1 timeout. Panthers going to have this one. 2nd down and 9, moving from right to left. Again, the Panthers coming wearing the all white helmet. Panther University A&M logo going on both sides of the helmet. Purple numbers with outlined in gold white pants. For the Jaguars wearing the white helmet, navy blue top, light blue numbers outlined in gold white pants with gold stripe and light blue stripe going outside. This is going to be a shot by Peters, connected to Dennis for the big reception right there, all the way past their own 30 into the 33-yard line.
Got him with the corner route in the soft spot of the cover 2 zone. Now let's see if the Panthers try to speed up. Now they didn't really have to because they got out of bounds as well.
So the clock is going to continue to roll here, though, but 1 minute and 50 seconds remain here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation for Peters. Peters going to hand this off to Bingman as coach called it, and Bingman's able to run this one to the right side for a positive gain for about 6-7 yards right there.
They see in a real deep cover too. That's why I said don't be surprised if you see a run and the linebacker with not out wide.
So the Panthers trying to work quickly here as see the Jaguars trying to take swipes at that ball, but Bingman holding on tight to that one. Had enough for the first down, but we have the injured Panther here, injured offensive lineman out on the field right now.
That was made by number 97, Demarion Johnson.
Prairie View still has 3 timeouts with 1 minute and 30 seconds. So, like I say, that's really like having 5 minutes on the clock in college football.
Yes, sir. So we'll step away for 30 seconds, but keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Join us daily for Southwestern Athletic Conference and Prairie View A&M University Panthers coverage on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. By far, we are the only network in the community that is providing this type of coverage each and every day for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Don't forget, you can join in on the website at obnradio.com. Click on the 24-hour stream, listen to content that way, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And we're back. First and 10 Panthers.
And welcome back to A.W. Mumford Stadium. Just coming out of that injury timeout. That was lineman number 58 for the Panthers. Trying to get that number 4, the name for it as we get ready to zoom back into play. Peters able to connect with this high number 1 receiver, Rockwell, to get enough for the first down pass to 50 inside the Jaguars territory.
Same thing again. They're cover 2. Their cornerback needs to sink under the corner route up top. Now Southern's playing man-to-man. So let's see if Prairie View can find a victim out here.
Correction, that was the center, David Williams, the one that was coming up shaking after that for the Panthers. So now this was going to be handed off to Bingman. Bingman trying to slip through tackles, able to stay on his feet. He's going to take a big hit right there. But now they just picked up 5 yards right there. So the Panthers not electing to take a timeout right now. 59 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Ball is spotted at the Jaguars' 35-yard line. Shotgun formation for Peters. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Fakes the handoff to Bingman, looking to pass. Going to connect with his receiver. Oho is going to be down at the Jaguars' 15-yard line. See if he takes a timeout here and take his time. Not seeing no indication of the Panthers trying to take a timeout. They're going to hurry up and work another play here. Clock's going to stop momentarily at 46 seconds while the chains get set.
The same play is wide open.
So now the clock continues to roll. 40 seconds here. Shot confirmation for Peters. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Pump faking, and it looks like he's going to be incomplete. Trying to connect to his receiver number 10, Dennis, but him and Dennis were not on the same page right there.
Yeah, I think Dennis, the quarterback would expect Dennis to convert that to a fade. So sometime on those reads, if you get pressure, convert it to a fade.
So clearly the Panthers are trying to end this drive off with 7 instead of 3. Clock's going to stop at 37 seconds here. Ball is spotted at the Jaguars' 15-yard line. Ball is pushed all the way to the right side of the hash goal. And it's moving from right to left. Now Peters ready to work this second down and 10 play now. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. McDowell's going to be the new running back. McDowell's going to pick up the linebacker right there and give some Peters some time to throw this one to the end zone to connect to his receiver. In and out of the hands of Oho, but good job right there.
Come down with that one. But that's once again, Peters is throwing. He threw it with all on. If he maybe could have got a little bit better footwork, but he was getting pressure once again. He may have could have put a little zip on it and he would have come down with that. But it gave the DBs time to adjust.
So it's going to stop the clock at 31 seconds. You are in field goal range right now with the Panthers, but as aggressively they have been so far, they want to end this drive with a touchdown. 3rd down and 10 for Peters. 3 receivers to his left, none to his right. You had a corner down
and
here.
They still can run the ball because they have 3 timeouts.
Now it's going to be a handoff to McDowell. McDowell makes 1 man miss out of the backfield and then trying to fall forward. I think that's a bad spot right there where they have them. Should at least been somewhere
they
around
got the
8.
box wrong. Man, the thing about it, I keep talking about watch when those people tackle McDowell. How many of those guys are getting up off their back or side?
Made by number 54.
Panthers take a time out. They're going to take this one all the way down. It's about as low as they can get to. Now we finally get a timeout, stopping the clock at 3 seconds. So Tremaine Jackson's just going to take the 3 points that should be given to him if the special team is able to come out successfully here, Coach.
Yeah, and this is sort of tough angle for the kicker, the right for the kicker, if that's the one they use, because they have a couple different guys. But if you the right for the guy, you have to pull it, but you don't want to pull it too much to where you what they call yank it or hook it.
So it should be about a 35-yard field goal.
Right at 30 yards. Because the ball should be placed down on the 20. Then you add the 10. So it should be a 30-yard.
Right, yes, sir. It's going to be a 30. Depends on where they want to officially mark them at. It will be a 30-yard field goal for the Panthers. Kicking this one for them will be Atwell, number 47. Should be Webb, Aiden Webb.
And they may get a legal procedure because see this guy right here. Hopefully they don't see him how far back that tight end is.
Snap is good. The hold is good. Looks like they did run into the kicker right there, but not seeing a call.
The reason why they probably didn't call it, the guy from Prairie View hit the guy from Southern in his back down towards the ground. So that may be why they didn't call it.
Webb was definitely trying to see if we can get a call right
Yeah,
there.
You try to get it.
But it will stand. The field goal is up and it's good. So the Panthers are able to extend their lead heading into the halftime. 17-0 is our score. The Jaguars will receive the opening kickoff to start the second half of play. But keep it right where you got it. We'll take a break from halftime. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to my broadcast network here at AW Mumford Stadium, where Jaguars are trailing the Panthers by a score of 17-0 during their homecoming festivities. Crowd still out here supporting their Jaguars. 500,000 of every bit of that I'm seeing, coach, here supporting their Jaguars. But so far, the Panthers are being a little spoiler alert.
Yeah, the thing about it, man, this thing might empty out like they made a bomb threat if Prairie View comes out, scores early, or Southern turns the ball over. You know, a lot of times with homecoming, once they see the halftime show, a lot of people will scramble a little bit. Southern only had 4 first down to Prairie View 14, so and they pretty much doubled up um, Southern in terms of yards, almost tripled up. So it's just one of those. They gonna have to find a way to fall and scratch because they get some decent runs, but they can't put the runs together when both sides know that they have to run the ball. That's the difference. Then Prairie View can still get yards when Southern knows they are running the ball. Southern can't get yards when Prairie because those safeties are triggered and they making tackles. Where Southern may have a guy in place and he's in position to make a play and not make the play. And I don't know how you go about fixing that. What they say?
Was say for the Panthers, you do defensively wise, you've done a nice job of just keeping the Jaguars out of the red zone. Compared to the Panthers, they've had 3 chances inside the Jaguar red zone, and they've capitalized on each drive, come away with 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Coach.
Well, you think about it, on one of them, you know, Southern has the ball and they get close to the red zone. I think when they fumble, I don't know exactly what yard line, but if he pulls that ball, they don't fumble, they probably score. Then you have the drop interception by the defense of Southern. That's one of the things they talked about. But Prairie View, once they get there, you almost can chalk up 3 points on the board. So they've done a good job of getting down there. And when they get there, they making something happen, whether it's running and they score one pass, even though it was a deep pass, it was a very accurate pass that led to a touchdown.
Yes, sir. Time of possession is leaning towards the Panthers. 16 minutes and 40 seconds to the Jaguars. 13 minutes and 20 seconds. But like you said, the Panthers outgaining the Jaguars triple to the 42 plays to 248 total offensive yards for the Panthers. The Jaguars 25 total plays to 84 total yards.
Yeah, just those numbers, it don't bode well for you. Like you say, I don't care how you cut it up. 248 to 84 is not good for you. And then the number of plays can wear you out too, especially when the team is running the ball. It's like taking a whole lot of punches to the ribs. Eventually, you're going to start bending down at the waist because you're trying to protect your ribs. And next thing you know, they picking you up off the canvas because you done got knocked out.
Yes, sir. You got the Panthers. Their two-headed monster. McDowell has 11 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. Chase Bateman, 9 carries. 9 carries, 43 yards. But this longest going for 13 yards. And Cameron Peters also got himself a carry in for 15 yards. So that's where the bulk of their offense is coming from. Like I said, they want to stay on that ground game, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, if I was them, I would. But number one, you make the game shorter. Number two, you shorten or you lessen the possibility of turning the ball over. And Southern has gotten some pressure on Peters, having thrown off his back foot a few times. So if you can alleviate that, because I mean the passing numbers are not outstanding for Prairie View, but you just have to make them throw the ball and make plays when they do throw the ball. Make tackles.
So it depends on what you consider not outstanding, Coach. Peters was able to go 12 for 21 for 141 yards and that 1 touchdown, compared to Ashton Stronder's 7 of 10 completions for 43 yards. So just two tales of the story. It just doesn't look, as it say, the Jaguars are able to make Cameron Peters uncomfortable from the game, but it's just the stats of just showing on the other side of that.
Yeah, so what I'm saying when numbers 12 or 21, a lot of people wouldn't look at that as being good because you want to be. Most people say 60% or better is good in the passing game. Good tackle. Oh, he missed it.
As they resume back to play here, this kickoff return by the Jaguars return man is going to spin out a one tackle, but might have got caught by a face mask right there. Hopefully, he doesn't come away with any severe injuries right there. Going to turn that neck a little bit too hard right there, but
Yeah, so they'll probably, start with good field pitch position again. So they'll probably start around the 45, 47-yard line because they're going to add 15 to the end of that run if what we thought we saw was correct.
Jaguars are trying to see if they will get an additional 15 yards after that good return by the return man, number 11 for them. That was Jared Hicks. Actually, Panthers catch a break as this one's going to go against the Jaguars for a holding against them.
Oh, boy.
So Jaguars thought they were getting the 15 for the face mask that we saw up here, but looks like they got them for the hold. So it's going to push the Jaguars back.
And it was a hold, but when we didn't see the flag initially, we thought the flag was thrown for the face mask that a lot of people saw, not just us.
So now it's 1st and 10 now for the Jaguars, starting at their own 20-yard line. This one's going to go to Holly. Holly trying to run this to the right side. He's going to just be tripped up, maybe be lucky if he got a 1 yard right there.
Yeah, just tried to run some inside zone. Just tried to run some inside zone to get them going, but like I said, you got to attack the edges of this defense, and then hopefully you could get one-on-one and make somebody miss.
So 2nd down and 9 now for the Jaguars. Again, moving from right to left. Trailing by score 17-0 here. Starting the shotgun formation, 2 receivers to his right. He had a man come from motion from left to right. Now it's going to hand it on to Holly. Holly trying to run this to the outside. He's going to lower his shoulder. Still going to be brought down, but not until he picked up positive gain right there.
Yeah, Zachary got him down to the ground after somebody else missed him at the line of scrimmage. Like I say, you got to attack the edge of that defense, and even though they attacked the edge, it still was a guy there. So you have a greater chance of making somebody miss on the edge than you do in the middle.
So Holly's able to get this one up to about the 28-yard line. Is going to make this a 3rd down and 2 now for the Jaguars. Shotgun formation for Strotter. Holly in the backfield with him. Excuse me, new running back in. It's going to hand this off to Asbury. Asbury trying to run this to the right side. It's going to be met up immediately and going to go for a loss right there by that Panther defense.
Yeah, they had great penetration by the nose guard right there. It looked like they were trying to run what some people call a power read or either outside zone stretch, and Asbury didn't get any help by the middle of the line of scrimmage. That was a good job by Prairie View's defense. So they loaded the box up that time.
Yeah, Asbury needed to get 2 right there. It's going to actually lose 4 yards. So now it's going to have to force Graves to bring out the punting unit. Dennis for the Panthers. Then he got at his own 40-yard line. Punt for Jaguars will be number 40, Kenny Pham. Kenny Pham gets this one up in the air. It's going to be it is a fair catch signal made by Dennis, but you can see he's frustrated with himself after making that one. He had all day ahead of him.
He probably thought he had more room than he actually did. And a lot of times you'll have a coach on the sideline that'll tell you room or red or green or something like that to let you know that you're safe in order to catch that ball and possibly run. So that's probably why he was a little bit disgusted. But they got pretty decent field position. You started close to the 40-yard line, you'll take that all day.
Yeah, absolutely. The Jaguars not able to flip that side of the field as much as they were perhaps liked right there. Panthers are going to get good starting field position, starting at their own 37-yard line. Getting this one, their first drive move from left to right. Panthers going to be wearing the all white top, white bottom. Numbers wearing purple, outlined in yellow. Jaguars coming in wearing the white helmet, navy blue top, light blue numbers trimmed in the gold. White pants, gold stripe going down the side. 12:50 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Panthers are going to get their first look of things and try to see if they can ice this one early here on this homecoming day on the Jaguars day, or if the Jaguars can see if they can get some life back into this crowd to get that 28,500 behind them, Coach.
Hey, man, like I said, this drive right here determines a whole lot on how many people you see in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, it's a good crowd to say you had rain and dealing with the weather and the wind, the traffic. You like for it to stay like it was. I'm pretty sure some people probably stayed at their tailgate so they can be in the comforts and not be in the elements of SWAC football on a day like that.
Yes, sir. We see the rain right now is shying away from us. Earlier
Yeah.
throughout the day, it tried to make its appearance, but didn't come around too hard. Then came right back around 2 o'clock. Rain just as we were making our way to the stadium, and then once kickoff came upon us, it picked up just seamlessly to have the some of the crowd run for shelter, but didn't rain for too long. But now we're looking at clear skies. The rain should probably come back and see us right around 6 o'clock, 6:30. We'll see if that plays a huge indication in this game right now. But nevertheless, see if the Panthers can keep this one in their favor with all the momentum it seems like on their hand right now.
Yeah, I mean, you just try to see if Prairie View can come put a nail in the coffin, as they say.
Now, out of this 2 minute timeout, I should say the media timeout, ready to resume back into action. Peters working in the shotgun formation. He has two receivers to his left, two to his right now. Man comes in motion from left to right. That is the tight end, number 5. That is Ethan Johns. Now Peters gets the snap, looking to pass, has all day. The throw's going to take a shot downfield, trying to connect to the receiver. Dennis, the ball's going to be just short.
A little bit underthrown.
Yeah, underthrown ball. If Peters was able to just lead Dennis right there, that might be an early house call and an early exiting call for these fans, Coach.
One thing that Doug Williams used to talk about was you don't have to make a long throw, a deep throw. It don't have to be a long throw. Get it to him early when you first see him open and shorten it up. And sometimes give your guy a chance. Don't at certain throws you underthrow, certain throws you back shoulder throw. But that's one he probably should have got out of his hand a little bit sooner.
So now this second down 10 play is going to go to Bateman. He's got a late penalty marker coming in right there, and almost a touchback on the play right there, Coach. You almost like throw him open, not necessarily where he's at right there, because Peters had all day to throw.
Yeah, one of the things they call a hold. You can see I think the guy did an inside move on him, and once he beat the offensive lineman to the inside, he pretty much jumped on his back. So that's where the holding came from. And it was sort of late when he saw it, but like a lot of times the referees, they don't see the whole play. They just see the way bodies fall, and that'll tell them whether the guy was held or clipped or whatever.
So this now will make it a second down and 20 now for the Panthers. Shotgun formation for Peters. Empty set, 2 receivers to his left, 3 to his right. Peters gets the snap, looking to pass. Going to throw this and caught by his receiver. That is Dennis. Going to get past the original line of scrimmage and pass the 40.
I wonder if he thought that was a first down. You saw what he did after he caught the ball.
I was going to let it slide, make sure nobody saw it, man. I was like, you still got 7 more yards to get there, Dennis.
Look, man, I worked with a coach one time. That happened to him. So he calls a play like it's third down, like it was 1st and 10. He's like, man, why y'all didn't tell me? Like, Coach, you the offensive coordinator. We thought you knew the down and distance. So it happens to the best of them, man.
So that
is funny, though.
It's going to make this a third down. It's age 6, but it's a long 7 for the Panthers. Ball is spotted just past their 41-yard line. So Peters looking to pass, going to connect with Dennis right there on the slant, and good coverage, but better ball placement, better hand security right there.
That's a first down right there. So what they did, they put forward on one side, and with Dennis being lined up so wide, he just beat the defensive back. And they in trouble again up top.
So you look right there. You got the 2 receivers lined up right there with one dude covers. Now the Panthers going to try and see if they can take it. Got a dude wide open right there. There's John, and connect him right there at the 20. Finally going to be tackled. Out of bounds past the 15.
Yeah, you can't serve 2 masters, guys. So that's just a perfect example of one guy not doing what he's supposed to, and everybody else is doing what they supposed to do.
We got some late penalty markers coming in after the play. We're going to see if this one's going to go against the Panthers. Just didn't see any pushing or shoving going in, but I guess the vulgar language not a.
Yeah, I'll say maybe against Southern because I see another defensive lineman. That's just frustration.
So it's just more of a warning call right there. Just take control back of this game so it doesn't lose out of the officiating hand.
But it happened so far away from the ball, so it's just one of those you right in front of the two referees, so they're gonna see that one easy.
Well, say more or less 30 seconds after the play happened, Coach, because they were around here around the 50, still just, having a little conversation, and I guess the head official said there's enough between the two right there. But those two penalties will offset. It will still remain first and goal now just first and 10 for the Panthers inside the Jaguars red zone. Say officially at the red zone for the 14-yard line for them. Shotgun formation for Peters. Two receivers to his right, one to his left. Going to hand this one off to Bingman on the delayed draw right there. Bingman's going to maybe lose a yard right there.
They got some decent penetration from the defensive front of Southern, so that's why that play didn't work. I wouldn't be surprised they go back to the little skinny seam routes where they scored, and he sort of almost scored right here. The way Southern is lined up, they're trying to take away the run. Southern may be bringing the house blitz right here. Everybody may be going.
Second down and 11 now for the Panthers. Again, moving from left to right. 10 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Panthers leading by a score of 17-0, but knocking on the door to extend the lead. Peters going to take a shot towards the end zone, trying to connect with his receiver Rockwell, looks like. Looks like good coverage, well by a Jaguars defender, number 7 right there.
Yeah, Rockwell is one of the top receivers in the conference, so that's a pretty good coverage. May could have thrown it either a little bit higher or a little bit wider based off of where their defensive back was, but they did connect on a back shoulder throw earlier, so they may try to go back to it being third and long.
Yeah, good cover right there by the cornerback, number 7, Xavier Franks, to make this now a third down and 11 for the Panthers. Ball is lined up just a little bit in the center of midfield.
They may go Colorado right here again. Oh, they went cover 2, bro.
Now Peters rolling to his right. Pass block is going to take this. A pump fake is going to take this roll out of bounds. Try to sell the hit, but just a little bit too late after he got the hit.
He actually ran into the referee, right? Yeah. Givens is complaining about the holding, and the Panthers probably thinking that Peters got hit by a Southern defensive player, but he actually ran into the chain gang, not the referee, because there's enough of them down there.
So he's going to bring out field goal unit to try this 31-yard field goal now for Webb. Webb was successful on the 30-yard field goal that took us to halftime. So he's trying to see if he can make himself 2 for 2 here. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is no good.
So that's a win for Southern. Like I say, and we were talking at halftime about how Prairie View was 100% in the red zone, so we jinxed them a little bit. Like I said, I don't see.
We coach that radio jinx.
I don't see any flags moving, but like I say, it is some wind blowing. Looking at the fence down there. I don't know if you can see those.
Yeah, you see it picked up a little bit here.
Yeah,
so
I think it's going on the field from the visiting side to the home side, so it's a crosswind. They may have pushed it wide this way.
So we'll take a quick break. Score will remain the same, though. Panthers still leading by a score of 17-0 after that missed field goal. Keep right where you got it. You're listening to the Mike Broadcast Network. And welcome back, you're listening to AEW Mumble Stadium, where Panthers leading by a score 17-0 of the Jaguars, coach, so far. It looks like it was going to be a hard-fought defensive game, but the Panthers found a way to slip through that little crease and have it where we are now.
And the thing about it, this half is sort of starting off like the first half with both teams sort of moving the ball and not being able to score. So we'll see does the tide keep flowing the way it's been and making sure that Prairie View get some stops and maybe be able to put the game away. Or Southern gets their offense going and sort of claw their way back into it. I said earlier, I think the first team to 18 wins, and Prairie View is sitting on 17, so more than likely they're gonna be the first to 18. So
Well, like I say, you can't rule out anybody. We were able there to see just the first game, coach, with the
yeah,
Panthers almost let one slip out of their hands with the Southern Jaguars, with the Texas Southern Tigers right there. So you can't count anyone away here, coach. But we're ready to resume play here. First and 10 for the Jaguars. They had this one starting at their own 20-yard line. 9 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Strotter still in at quarterback for the Jaguars. So now, after the timeout, we're ready to resume back. Two receivers to Strotter's left, two to his right. Man comes in motion from left to right now. The ball's going to be handed off to Holly. Holly trying to run to his left side, trying to follow the blocker. Is going to make one defender miss. Now spin his way towards back the middle of the field and still on his feet. Now the play's finally going to be blown dead, but picked up a nice gain. Somehow got 9 yards out of that.
yeah. The thing about it is they ran like an old school student body left from the defensive left, and they had everybody blocked. And one guy blocked a second guy that somebody was already being blocked, so he probably would have had a much more successful run. There go my man Elijah Warren running off the field.
Now, ready to resume second and 9. So second down in one play. Now it's going to be handed off to the running back Holly once again. Holly only need to pick up one. Was able to pick up 6.
And that's the thing I'm talking about, being able to run the ball when the other team going over and having success.
Yes, sir. The 5'9" sophomore Holly doesn't run like he's 5'9". Runs every bit of that. Probably runs about he's 6'4" the way he's running right now. This one he lowers a shoulder right there, but it's only going to go for about a 2-yard right there. It was a hard 2 yard. Probably almost ran over his own lineman right there too, coach.
Yeah. And look, nothing wrong with getting 2 or 3 yards on first down, because sooner or later, like I say, the body blows start adding up. The difference is Southern's guys are getting hit by defensive line, where Prairie View's guys are getting hit by linebackers and DBs.
Now Strotter on the design quarterback draw is going to take this one, just slide and fall forward. Enough for the first down. So good play call right there on the design quarterback keeper.
Once again, they hit the edge of the defense.
So now the Jaguars seem like they're picking up a little bit of the tempo now, ready to work here. Fast play. One's going to hand this one off to Holly. Holly trying to run this to the left side, but it's going to be wrapped up immediately. Not until he picked up about a 3-4 yard gain. It seemed like he had a hurt Panther on the field, but he's able to get that up and 2 on his feet.
You look like he's more frustrated than hurt.
Yeah,
sometimes that happens. And sometimes you will take a lick and you're more scared than you are hurt, depending on how you fall or if you feel a little pop or think you heard a pop. That's the thing that scares most guys.
Yeah, it's number 91, Jabari Hopkins right there. Probably a little frustrated. Had Holly wrapped up.
He's moving a little gingerly as well, so he may be a little bit hurt.
So now starting the shotgun formation. Going to take a shot downfield. It's going to be incomplete.
It's good coverage, though. If you look, everybody for Prairie View is pretty much even with her on top of the guy. So that was going to be a tough throw. Like I say, that may be a situation for a back shoulder throw or a high throw. Give your guy a chance to go up and, like they say, go up and mouse somebody. But throwing the ball 10 yards past everybody don't help. And they need to get the look like one of the band guys that they whatever they call them, the thing. Look, the referee's picking up one, and it's still one in the middle of the field. Hopefully nobody steps on and gets hurt.
After that incompletion pass, it's going to make this third down. It's 6-4. The Jaguars, empty formation for Strutter. 2 receivers to his left, 3 to his right. Avoids out of 1 sack. Now it's going to try to run this one to the left. Has nobody in front. He's going to take him to run out of bounds. Angled out of bounds at about the Panthers side, about the 31. Say now all the way back to the 35. I think that's a little bit of a missed spot.
Yeah, that's a good run. You'll take that. You don't like the pressure, but you'll take a kid making the play and getting some yards, flipping the field position.
Yeah, keeping the play alive with his feet right there. Should have been tackled for a sack.
I don't know why they keep standing over the ball, and Southern didn't substitute. They did the same thing to Prairie View. So I'm pretty sure both coaches may send this film in to the conference office. That's another good run by Holly.
Yeah, Holly right there. They will run this one. Say he got about 9 yards, but it
Well,
just
so they gave him the first down. Now they finally moving it back to where it belongs.
just had one defender to beat right there. Just got taken down. Would have been a yard shy of the first down. So now he's going to hand this one off to Strotter. Strotter hands off to Holly. And Strotter tried to give Holly a
Get
little
him a
extra
little
push
bit of
right
push
there.
to get through. That was a good job by the defensive end. They switching running back. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I would like to see Asbury make a play. I've been knowing this kid since he was, a baby. He used to be at the office with my son when we were at Texas Southern together. Went to the same high school I went to. So, I hate to say it, or I'm being honest, but I would like to see this kid have some success. Like I said, you see somebody coming from where you from.
So third down and one. They give it to Ashbury. Ashbury's able to lower the shoulder. They're going to give him the forward progress right there. Like you see the down here official already indicating for the first down. So Ashbury's at least able to keep the drive alive for the Jaguars. Going to be officially at the Panthers' 25-yard line.
And you think about it, both he and Holly both led their teams to state championships a couple years ago. Holly is a little bit older than Asbury, but they both won state championships in Louisiana.
5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Jaguars moving from right to left. Starter in the shotgun formation. Going to hand this off to his running back, Holly. Holly trying to run this to the left side, but it's going to be met immediately by a host of Panthers. Going to say he genuinely got a 2-yard gain right there, but like I said, that's just another generous spot. But you can see that they're blowing that whistle dead really pretty fast after McDowell was able to pitch one earlier in the game.
Yes. So they just give Holly a breather here or there. This way it gets tough for Southern too. When you don't have an experienced quarterback you see all those people back there, and man, they probably look like they running 100 miles per hour if you the quarterback. Probably gonna be a bootleg to the field.
4:20 remaining here. 2 receivers, 2 starters right. Looking to roll to his right, and he's going to take this one and throw to his tight end. Covered there, over there, going out of bounds for about a 5-yard reception.
So it makes you manageable third and a good 4. And you in field goal range. So you tell your quarterback, don't take any sacks and be smart with the football.
Now it's going to make this third down and 4. For the Jaguars, you got some substitutions now coming in from both sides.
And some of this is gamesmanship. You see Prairie View coaches telling their guy, don't hurry up too much. You got time. You have way more time than you think.
3:35 now here in the third quarter. Now we got some more stoppage in the play as Coach Graves wants to talk things over with his the Jaguars here. So we'll take a quick break, but keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to A.W. Mumford Stadium, where the Panthers are leading by a score of 17-0 over the Southern Jaguars here on the Jaguars' homecoming. So far, Panthers have been able to almost separate themselves here with 3 minutes and 33 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. They're just trying to keep that foot on the pedal right now. But right now, you got the defense looking at a 3rd down and 4, trying to keep that shutout alive for Jermaine Jackson. 3rd down and 4 for the Jaguars. Lined up in the shotgun formation. The starter's trying to run to his left side. Going to pump fake. Going to throw this one. Incomplete. Looked like he was trying to throw to a receiver that had three defenders all over him, so he didn't have a chance of getting that one.
So what they doing, they sprinting him out, trying to cut down what he has to read. Because, like I said, you got a freshman back there trying to read that defense, you're going to have problems. So he had a little bit of penetration that threw everything off. It's almost from the same spot where Prairie View kicked their field goal and made it 35 yards.
Yeah, so you make this a 36-yard field goal attempt for Jaguars. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. And it is good. So finally, the Jaguars are able to put points on the board with 3 minutes and 23 seconds here in the third quarter to make our score 17-3. The Panthers still on top. To answer Mr. Hitch JD question, you can always go watch the football games on SWAC TV. But if you're having any trouble, you can always tune in here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network to cover any Prairie View A&M University football coverage game. Now we're going to take a little bit of a timeout for ourselves here, as they have a TV timeout. But keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here to A.W. Mumford Stadium. The Jaguars able to capitalize on that 36-yard field goal to have our score 17-3. The Panthers are trying to extend their overall record to 5-2 and 4-0 in conference play, coach. And if you're Jermaine Jackson and that Purdy sideline, how do you keep them at least more so focused through the duration of this game?
Well, there's still a good bit of game left to play. They can tell, hey, man, these guys, they going to keep playing. It's their homecoming, and they going to keep fighting until you knock them out. It's one of those type of deals. The other thing is, traditionally, there's been some good matchups between these schools, and the visiting team has won. So they say, man, they're going to try to stop this trend of Southern winning and Prairie View winning at Southern. So there's a lot still left. And Southern, hey, man, these guys want to see the spoiler. Don't think this over.
Yes, sir. This is the 74th meeting between the two teams. The Jaguars lead the series 51-22. The Panthers are trying to see if they can make that somehow 51-23 come about the end of this one.
Yep, they got, like I said, a lot left to play.
Back deep for the Panthers to receive this one. It seems like it's been forever since they had this kickoff team out here. Back deep for them will be number 15. Standing in the end zone. That is Shakir Bird. Shakir Bird is going to see if he can get a good return for. Let's see, the ball had fell off the kicking team. You can see how much of the wind is playing in here.
They'll give them one more chance, and if it falls off twice, then the referees will make Southern used one of their defenders to go and hold the ball, and then he still has to cover the kick.
So kick for Jaguars will be number 40. That is Kenny Pham. Kenny Pham gets a stride to the ball, able to kick this one. Going to take a bounce. Now return. Find the return man. That is number 15, Bird. Bird trying to follow his blockers, but it's going to be met immediately. Like I said, probably could have did a job and just let that one go into the end zone. Probably would have got better starting field position, but nevertheless, you can say the greedy man will take it where he can get it at the 20-yard line.
Hey man, them kick returns something else. Now they all think, man, I can run through it. I don't need blocking. I can make a touchdown.
Yeah, so you can't finally got put together their own little film together somehow, some way, right?
Yeah, them dudes different.
So 1st and 10 now for Cameron Peters with the lead, 17-3. Ball is spotted at his own 20-yard line. 3:18 remaining here in the third quarter. Bigman goes into motion from left to right. It's going to be a swing split up to the left side for a screen play, and this one's going to be finally ran out of bounds by Bigman.
See, that's almost an automatic. So he went in motion. Nobody went with him. So you have to throw the ball out there. Now, one of those other guys has to trigger and make the tackle. All what they're going to do, they're going to run the same motion, and then they're going to go back to the one receiver side because it's probably going to be no underneath help or quarterback draw will come off that too. So it's a little series that a lot of schools have added on.
So now they try to run a screen play going to the other side now of the field to Rojo. Rodney Joho right there. Good to get the first down. I was just trying to go back on that last play, Coach. The tight end right there, Jones, was able to get a good block to give Bingman some hole to follow through. And you can see how amped up he was just getting that PB side after that block he put.
Yeah, those guys like, they say you get a pancake, syrup them up, as they say.
Now this was going to be handed off to McDowell. McDowell trying to spin out of one tackle. He was able to get out of one tackle, but to no avail, the rest of the Jaguars defense is able to come clean up the dirty work. And actually, they're not going to give him the forward progress. They're going to say McDowell actually lost a yard right there on that hard-fought run right there, but it goes for a loss of 1.
I see Southern's free safety has come out the game. He had a surgery not too long ago, and he's like, I see him talking to one of the doctors on the side. So you'll see if they try to attack him.
So 2nd down 11. Peters looking to pass, going to connect this one to Rodney Oho down at about the 41-yard line where he's tackled. Took a big hard hit right there at the end of it.
Be ready for some double moves. So what they're doing is basically reading off the Mike linebacker. If Mike pushes with motion, they just going to throw where he left from. If he doesn't push with motion, so they put one guy on each side of him, so he can't be right.
3rd down and 4. But to say it looks like a 5 from here.
Mm-hmm.
Shotgun formation for Peters. You got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. McDowell is the running back, lined up on the right side of Peters. Peters now gets the snap, fakes the handoff to McDowell. McDowell trying to avoid the pressure. Does so. Seth trying to get this to McDowell. McDowell tried to get and spin out of one tackle, but nice open field tackle to be short 2 yards of the first down.
That was a good job by Southern's linebacker. A good job by the end, getting some pressure on him, making Peters have to throw that ball a little bit quicker than he wanted to.
Yeah, Peters probably could have ran to the first down if the Jaguar defensive end right there wasn't in his face.
Yeah, he might have been able to beat him. Man, these clouds darking up quick, huh? It's a little bit after 6. They said it was coming back. Hurry up.
4th down and 2, and Jermaine Jackson is going to bring out a punting unit. Just going to flip the field with the lead now. So back deep for the Jaguars will be number 14, Brown. Brown standing at his own 20-yard line. Webb gets a nice kick, takes the Panthers bounce, and it does so. Brown trying to return it, does so. He's going to still be on his feet, but wrapped up. Probably would have done a better job of just letting it go into the end zone the way it was going because there was no Panther defender, at least that was going to catch to it.
Well, we don't know if it hit someone. The other thing is, you keep talking about making adjustments. You keep letting the ball hit in front of you, and the ball takes a different role. So if you catch it, a lot of that other stuff don't happen.
Jaguars going to get this
no
one
TV timeout right here.
back inside their own 10. We'll say inside their own 20, officially at their own 11. So it'll be 10 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. So this will probably be the last play here if they don't elect to throw it incomplete, but they just run this one here, going to Holly. Holly runs this one right up the gut of the defense, takes a big hit right there, somehow was able to stay on his feet after he kind of collided right there with a defender, but got tackled from behind. So that will conclude and take us to the fourth quarter where the Jaguars are trailing by a score of 17-3 to the Prairie View University Panthers. We'll take a quick break, but keep right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to AW Mumford Stadium with the Panthers leading by a score of 17-3 over the Southern Jags. I'd like to remind our listeners that you can join the Temple Refuge Ministries Bible Study Sermon every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time by dialing 857-777-4411. Again, that's every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Dialing the number at 857-777-4411. And also, we'd like to remind you can catch the Sunday service at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time by dialing number 857-777-0000. Again, that number is 857-777-0000. It'll be second down. They say 9-4. Excuse me, second down and 1 for the Panthers. When we get out of this timeout, be the start of the fourth quarter. Panthers are trying to extend their lead and be, let's say, the salty spoiler alert here for the Jaguars' homecoming festivity. So far, if you're the Panthers, you've stuck to your game plan. You've done just that, Coach.
Hey, man, you just want to win, even if it's about one, a half, or .001. However you win, you'll take it. So I expect to see Prairie View come out, try to establish some of the running game and get back to that, and then maybe take a shot here that once they see Southern playing one-on-one on the outside.
Yeah, I want to get into the kind of remaining schedules for the Panthers. They have next October 5th, or 25th will be their homecoming game against Lincoln University. And then they have matches up against Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Arkansas Pine Bluff, and Mississippi Valley State. For Southern, they have Florida A&M they would take off next. And then they have Arkansas Pine Bluff, Alcorn State, Texas Southern, and then the Bayou Classic in New Orleans against Grambling State.
My sister was texting Grambling's been about a 2-hour weather delay against mine as well.
Hopefully the weather does not come over on this side of Louisiana. We'll stay here, and this one will zoom back into play as this one's going to go for a first down play. Correction, it wasn't the for the offensive side. It threw me off. I'm so used to seeing Peters out there with four, but that was the four with the big defensive back.
Yeah.
It was the Jaguars with them looking at the second down and one, and they would pick up the first down was Holly. So now it's going to have this one first and 10 for the Jaguars. Ball is spotted at their own 23-yard line.
Better try to get stopped. Southern put some points on the board.
Well, absolutely, if the Southern Jaguars can find their way into the end zone, it turns into a one-possession game right now. But this one's going to hand off to Holly. Holly runs to the right side now. It's going to be tackled from behind, but not until he picked up, say, 3 yards right there.
Randall made a good play on that because if Randall doesn't make that tackle, he might still run because the receiver was in good position on
Second down and 7 for Strotter in his offense. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Holly's lined up on the right side. Panthers showing 3 on the defensive line right now. Now Strotter gets the snap, looking to pass, pump fake. Now going to step up in the pocket, trying to avoid 1 sack. Flip this to Holly to the right side. Going to throw a penalty marker. They're going to be down at the 26-yard line. But if it stands,
He may have a lineman downfield, but I don't think he was.
I didn't think that.
I think he may have been looking at the line, but the line of scrimmage is actually up here.
Yeah, I didn't think Strotter might trying to flag Strotter if he passed a line of scrimmage for a illegal pass, but didn't like he got anywhere close to that.
No, it may be lineman downfield as opposed to pass. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, so the thing is, the tight end was covered up. And, a lot of times the referee, you can check with the referee. So, and then it happened right in front of Southern's coaches. So that doesn't make it any better.
So it's going to push the Jaguars now
And
back.
he's got his hand back. So that means he's supposed to be off the line. So yeah, that was the correct call that they made.
So second down and 12 now for the Jaguars. Ball's going to be handed off to Holly. Holly trying to run us to the right side, but good tackle right there by the Panthers to only let Holly just get 1 yard right there.
And the thing about it, Southern is electing to not block the cornerback, which is what a lot of teams do, and send him up to the safety. But when you're to the short side of the field, those cornerbacks can come in and make a tackle because it's not a lot of wide open space.
So now substitutions coming in for both teams. It's going to make this a third down and 11 now for the Jaguars. Again, moving from left to right. Shot in the shotgun formation. Got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Holly lined up on the right, gets the snap, looking to pass. Going to take a shot downfield. Going to connect with the receiver at the 35 and trying to tackle that
on earlier.
36. Able to go for 14 yards right there, connecting to his wide receiver. Was Strotter to number 4.
And that's a sort of tough route to defend. Most people call it Tucson or Arizona, where they run a dig. Then they'll send one guy vertical with a flat route. And the dig comes open because the top of the defense is space in between.
Strotter had a nice time in that pocket to connect with his receivers. Morris for the first down. So now Strotter had to try to avoid out of the pocket right there. Try to avoid out of 1 sack. Now still dancing. Running to the right side. It's going to be tackled for about a 3-yard gain right there. So Strotter doing a nice job of getting out of the pocket when it collapsed on him and seamlessly getting out of the first initial pressure to him to keep the play alive.
Yeah, and what looked like what Prairie did was what most people call a dog, where the linebacker may delay, and if he's responsible for the running back, if the running back blocks, then he adds to the pass rush.
So now it's going to make this a second down. They say 8 now for the Jaguars. Ball is spotted at the 38-yard line. Strotter looking pass, going to take a shot downfield. Got a lot of hot hands and fighting going on right there. This one's going to go against the Panthers for the pass interference. Didn't let the receiver, the intended receiver, number 18.
And I think the fans are mad because the referee that's closest to it didn't throw the flag.
Yeah, the far one had to call it.
Yes. And you know why they probably called it? Because it happened on Southern sideline. I can almost guarantee if that happens on Prairie View sideline and Southern is on offense, you don't get that call. But because you can get influenced a little bit. So,
well, honestly, it makes him kind of It makes it kind of funny that they're lining up right now. Shouldn't be a long of a discussion right
Nah.
now. You see the fighting going on, and just to number 12.
So sometimes the debate is it defensive holding or is it pass interference?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's sometimes the discussion as well.
So you can see that the home faithful are trying to see if that can
Yeah.
energize this Jaguars offense to see if they can make this a one possession game here on this drive.
If they can put some points on the board, especially if they can put a touchdown on the board, this thing is gonna get interesting, and it's gonna sound totally different in this stadium once the Jaguars get back on defense. So Prairie View need to buckle up and do a good job of making tackles.
This one goes to Ashbury for a good game for about 5 yards right there. Able to follow his blockers, get this one past midfield into Panthers side, officially at the Panthers 42-yard line. Jaguars now changing their formation. Going to put strong side on the left side over there for Schroeder.
Still
Now
got plenty of time.
changing the blocking assignment for his offensive line. Now ready to go. Two receivers to his left, one to his right. Going to hand this one off to
Same play
Ashbury.
they got him on the last time.
Ashbury's going to be tackled for a loss right there.
Yeah, they for some reason I think somebody must not be blocking back they're supposed to, but the last time they went to that play, it was a tackle for loss as well.
10:24 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Panthers leading by a score of 17-3 over the Southern Jaguars. But the Jaguars trying to see if they can at least make this a one-score game here on this drive. Third down, the second down and 8 for the Jaguars. Third down and 8. Ball is spotted at the Panthers 45-yard line.
I'm looking for my man Randall and Zachary to make a play right here.
Started looking to pass off. Has all day to throw. Going to roll to his left. Going to throw this one to the Panthers sideline, but it's going to be incomplete. Well covered right there by the corners for the Panthers. Number 25, Starling.
They might as well go for it because if you punt it, you're only going to get maybe 10 yards, 15, depending on where it lands.
I said the cornerback, but that's the linebacker right there, Coach, doing some good coverage right there.
Yes, he did do a good job of matching up and covering the wheel route.
So it's going to make this a 4th down and 8, and Groves is going to keep the offense out on the field. Shotgun formation for Estrada. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Looking to pass. This was going to be incomplete. Correction, it's just caught by the Jaguars. Looks like the defender for the Panthers had a beat on it, but the Jaguars offense had a better read on it.
We've seen that a couple times where defender and Southern's going fast before they get a chance to review all they jumps. So I don't think they can go back and be able to review it. And we can hear the Southern coaches. They probably about 2 booths down, and you can hear them jokers screaming way down here.
There's no way
you hear
we're
some
too
banging and all that type of stuff. So I don't know. I don't even know if I could say what was said. I didn't hear it, but you just hear loud noises.
So the Panthers
That's the one you didn't need.
unable to get a 4th down stop right there.
And we've seen that a couple times where guys make a great break on the ball and just don't finish the play. But that was a good play. And a good play by the receiver from Southern to just come up with that ball.
So 1st and 15 for Stroud. Ball's going to hand it off to Holly. Holly trying to follow his blockers. The ball comes loose, but he was already down on the ground, but took a big hit right there. And Holly did get tackled from behind. Just had one defender to beat. And if he was able to make him miss right there, it would have been a huge house call right there for Holly.
Yeah, my man from down there, same place as Cam Ward, the Leathernecks down there in West Columbia, Texas.
So Holly was able to get that for a 5-yard gain. So now started looking at pass, stepped up in the pocket, just going to take this and slide. Don't see any late penalties right there. Could have got away with the late hit right there for the Panthers.
He slid. The thing about it, he wanted to throw the screen out here, but Zachary did a good job of jumping it when he saw it. So he had to hold on and try to get what he can. You would like to tell him, hey, man, dive forward instead of slide, because the slide takes away yours.
8:25 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Jaguars get some substitution on the offensive side. Well,
Prairie View should send somebody out there to make it spin for a time.
Play clock is at 9 seconds. Jaguars are taking all their time now. Play clock is at 5. Don't know if they'll get this one off in time.
Get it off, man. Get it off.
2 seconds, 1 second, get it off in time. Now started looking pass, going to roll out to his left. Has the receiver going to connect with them, is going to be caught for enough for the first down. Connect with number 4, that is Morris, his wide receiver, just did a nice in and out route and just running with his quarterback in a sense right there.
Morris has been the top guy for him all year. Probably could have just ran it maybe for the first down and don't, sort of take the agony of possibly throwing it away.
Now this first down and 10 play is going to be handed off to Ashbury. Ashbury trying to run, was going to go to the left side to make the cut back to the right side of the field. We got a late penalty marker coming in behind the play at about the 10-yard line. We got an injured Panther out on the field.
And the player.
So during this,
Maybe more tired than hurt the way he moved, and them cramps and stuff started hitting you. Did he call pass interference on a running play?
yeah, I heard the a penalty go against the offense number 4 for the pass interference.
But it was a running play.
Well, we'll take a quick break to try to discuss things, what just happened on that last one. But keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Panthers leading by a score of 17-3 over the Southern Jags.
Community Report, powered by the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. Welcome to the Community Report. Hello, everyone, and let's talk football because starting Wednesday, October 8th, 2025, the gridiron goes nonstop. For the next 49 straight days, there will be at least one football game every single day, either college or NFL. That's right, we're entering one of the most exciting stretches of the sports calendar, where football takes center stage across all levels of play. Fans can expect a steady lineup featuring schools and teams from every corner of the country. You'll see action from the Power 4 conferences, that's the Big 10, SEC, ACC, and Big 12, along with the group of 6 leagues that continue to deliver high-energy matchups and surprise performances. Those include the American Athletic Conference, Conference USA, the Mid-American MAC, Mountain West, Sun Belt, and the Independents. This marathon stretch of games means something's always happening. Weekday kickoffs, Friday night features, Saturday rivalries, Sunday and Monday NFL games, and even midweek college showcases. As teams hit the midway point of their seasons, conference races start tightening up, bowl eligibility comes into focus, and playoff positioning becomes part of every conversation. Expect dramatic finishes, breakout players, and a few underdogs who shake things up. For fans, this is your time. Stream it, talk it, and live it. Whether it's a national spotlight game or a small school showdown, football is everywhere for the next 7 weeks. So buckle in. 49 straight days of football are underway, and every one of them has a story to tell. Thank you for listening to the Community Report on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, serving the community through faith and athletics, the voice of student athletics.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to the Open Mic Broadcast Network here at AW Mumford Stadium, where the Panthers are leading by a score of 17-3 over the Southern Jags. So far, Coach's team have been able to hold their opponent to what they've been allowing.
Yeah.
Defense, the Panthers scoring defense usually allows 22.5 points per game right now, holding the Jaguars to 3. And if you're the Jaguars, your defense usually been allowing 33 points per game. You hold the Panthers to 17, so you win something out of this, Coach.
Hey, man, I said the first one to 18 going to win. So it might be the first one to 17. It's just one of those days. And you, like you say, if you're a defensive coach, you'll take that. Now, you don't want to give up anything else right here. Yeah, see, now you got some things going for you. All this bodes much better for Prairie View than it does Southern. You can't be that selfish to get a penalty. And now look at where you are, 2nd and 20 as opposed to it would have been 2nd and 5.
Yeah, just about to say a drive that was just going in every direction the right way for the Jaguars. It's going to stall a little bit here and push them back 15 yards. It wasn't a PI, it was a face mask. So instead of that 5-yard run by Ashbury is going to make this now a second down and 21. It's going to be handed off to
Same.
Ashbury once again.
Good
And
play.
this one's going to be actually for not even a positive game, going to lose a yard.
And if they block that guy, he's well into the second level. Like I said, 11 minus 1 football. I don't, like I said, I'm pretty sure it may be either the center or the guard that's not blocking back correctly on this play that's not letting them have success. I don't know why the clock is stopped.
Clock stopped momentarily. They should still continue to roll. Stop that.
Where you see all the referees.
Hold it up right now.
I don't know. Now, it may be some weather in the area that we don't see.
I just got an alert from the weather app just about the rain, but nothing about the lightning. So let's say
I would say the previous play is on the further review. I don't know what they reviewing.
The previous play is under review.
So while the previous play is under review, we'll take a quick break. We'll keep right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be our history.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to AEW Mumford Stadium, where they're still under review in that last play. It was a run play, so couldn't quite tell what they could possibly review it for right now.
Unless they may have hit the quarterback after he handed the ball off. That's the only thing I can think of. Oh, so they went back to the personal foul. So it should be second down again from the previous. So it looked like they may need to move back up to where they were. I don't think that was the original spot.
So I'm just curious on why they
So
would
the
run a
ball
play.
should be on the 30. Well, they got buzzed down.
Gotcha.
So when they got buzzed, they should have blown. Whoever got buzzed should have blown the whistle. But the ball should be on the 30-yard line, I want to say. But it's 1 yard difference. But man, if Southern come up short by 1 yard, like say,
we'll know who to
I've
find.
seen stranger things happen.
So now we're ready to resume back into play. 7:30 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Panthers leading by a score of 17-3. This is second down and 21 now. Starter looking to pass in the shotgun formation. Has all day to throw. Going to take a shot down towards the end zone. Is going to be incomplete. Morris had a step on the defensive back for the Panthers, but Strada couldn't just put too much on that one.
You design a play, you get everything. You got the top taking off the defense with an over route. High and short is better than 10 yards past the guy right there.
So now it's going to stall and stop the clock at 7:17. A drive that was looking oh so promising for the Jaguars. They had this one inside the 20 of the Panthers. Now they got this one backed up inside the 31 of the Panthers. Jaguars taking a lot of time off
standing over the ball too.
Play clock is at 2 seconds. Barely get it off the Strada. Going to take this one complete with his right receiver on the underneath. It's going to go maybe for a loss of. This ain't only got a yard right there. But nice open field tackle once again by the Panthers defense.
Yeah, the thing about it, if you have time as a quarterback, you try to wait for something to develop, especially if you see somebody on the backside of the defense. So it's fourth and about 20. And Prairie View's guys are almost standing on the stick, so it's going to be tough. You're going to have to hope you can get it to somebody, and Prairie View misses the tackle, which is highly unlikely.
Yeah, the Jaguars were able to capitalize on a long fourth down earlier to keep the drive alive. We're going to see if they can do so just here to keep this drive alive here. 6:25 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Some late substitutes coming in now for the team. It's got got to bump up the play clock because Purdy did, like you said, playing checkers and chess at the same time, able to get a last minute in.
That's smart by Prairie View. They've been doing that all game. If you see they letting them do that, you keep doing it until they call a penalty on you. But what they were trying to crack down early in the season was the guys really taking their time going real slow off the field because they'll call unsportsmanlike conduct but give a 5-yard penalty to the defense as opposed to a 15-yard penalty, or they'll call delay a game. So you can, if you Southern, you see why they complaining. If you're Prairie View,
Looking to pass, going to take a shot into the end zone, is going to be incomplete. So if you're the Panthers, you rather this one. They say it's intercepted. If you're the Panthers, you'd rather have that one incomplete. Got good field position, but if you'd like to stay at your patch, you'll take the interception, Coach.
I would.
So the Panthers are going to get this one with 6 minutes and 17 seconds left.
But that's not a bad shot. But you like to say, if you go back to the throw that he had over there, that should have been the same type of throw, a higher throw back shoulder as opposed to overthrowing the guy.
So we'll take a quick break for a media timeout. But when we come back, the Panthers will try to ice this one away here at Mumford Stadium, leading by a score of 17-3. Keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back to number 2 AW Mumford Stadium, where the Panthers lead by a score of 17-3. Coach, they have a chance to possess the ball here, kind of ice this one away.
Yeah, you'd like to get 2 first downs. Like I say, anytime if you had a lead and you have the ball, the goal is 2 first downs because depending on how Southern use their timeouts, you can take at least 4 minutes off the clock if you get 2 first downs. That's what we saw as coaches. You average out to every first down equals 2 minutes unless they're using their timeouts immediately. Then eventually they're going to run out of it.
So 6:17 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Panthers are going to have this moving from right to left. Change never got corrected after the timeout.
Well, they may have called it an incomplete pass, but that's still not where the ball. Okay, yeah, they still are incorrect. So it should be. Well, no, it's a touchback, and it should be on the 20. But the guys with the boxes were still going in that direction where they should be going from right to left instead of left to right. But they are correct now. Ball should be on the 20.
Peters is going to see if he can just ice this one away.
Prairie View got a touchdown up top of David. Look where this free safety is, way over here. He can't help it. That guy runs straight down. That's a touchdown.
This one's going to be handed off to Chase Bingman. Bingman cuts back to the right side, trying to follow his blockers. Past the 30, past the 35. Huge gain right there. Coach, you said you needed 2. Got one of them right there, Coach.
And you know what? And sometimes it's better for your offense if you take 2 or 3 plays to get a first down. But Southern use a different strategy. They won't use the timeouts unless they get a stop on first down. So,
or if it's somehow long second down.
Yeah. So now you see Prairie View happy to let the clock run down.
Peter's going to try and snap this one to about as low as it'll get on the play clock. Got 5 minutes and 30 seconds right here. In the fourth quarter, the ball's going to be handed off to Bingman once again. Not able to get an explosive run like he did last time. This one's only going to go for about 2 yards.
Yeah, just trying to get some push up the middle. You see McDowell coming in, and McDowell is the closer, so you better be careful because he'll knock the goalpost down.
Second down and 8 for the Panthers. 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. And the said Panthers are going to just take off as much time as off that clock as possible because that's the only enemy in their way of putting another W in that column.
And you'll see some teams, they'll huddle up and don't break the huddle until it's 10 seconds left.
Now, tight end goes in motion from right to left. Peter's going to hand this one off to McDowell. McDowell runs to the left side and cuts back up the middle, trying to squeeze his way through a hole, but did all that just for 2 yards. So now it's going to make this third down and say 5 for the Panthers. If you're the Jaguars, if you can get a stop here, maybe you can call a timeout. Leave you with 1 timeout, the 2-minute timeout. Get a quick drive. You still got a whole new ball game here.
Yeah, I would may have used this timeout here and see if you could force them to go either run the ball. Right here, maybe a quarterback draw type of situation.
You got 3 receivers, 2 Peters left.
You got this joker here wide open in the slot.
2 to his right. Peters fakes the handoff. Look, the pass going to be caught. And actually, it's going to be incomplete, in and out of the hands out of Rodney Oho. Had enough for the first down, but you can tell that he tried to catch and run before he secured the ball all the way.
Now, he may have scored had he caught that ball because the defensive back was in a trail position. So now you leave Southern with 4 minutes, 2 timeouts in a 2 minutes. So Southern's goal is to score before they get to the 2-minute timeout.
Yes, sir. The Panthers actually bail out the Jaguars, not running the ball right there to stop the clock.
Well, it's not necessarily not running the ball. It's just not – if he catches the pass and fall down, it's a first down. Now you get it down to the 2. So, you know, I'm not trying to be – no flag? Oh, now it comes.
The ball is loose as the defender's ball is going to be covered by the Panthers. Once again, a moment where Brown comes back and Harnell should have just took the fair catch. And there was no fair catch signal made. Gets hit upon trying to receive the ball, and the ball is loose. And the return man for the Jaguars was unable to recover the ball, overran it, and then somehow, some way, you got a PV Panther fan, a player just say, thank you, we'll take that one inside the red zone.
Those guys going to be sick when they go back and look at that play because nobody blocked the guy that roughed the punter. So it should have been blocked. Then you come back and turn it over. It may not have been enough for a first down.
You see, now you got the penalty marker coming down late. At first, we didn't see it because I was down.
The guy up top threw it. It was sort of late, but I think he was trying to see where did he get hit.
It was actually the second time that Webb ended up getting hit after a punt. The first time didn't get called, but this time we'll call for the running into the kicker.
See, so it would have been 4th down still had he not dropped the ball back here. And Prairie View would have been content on letting Southern take the ball back here because now you still got you hadn't had any success in the passing game and you got 95 yards to go. So that's just a calamity of mistakes. And don't be surprised if Mr. Bingham or Cam gets to the edge and scores and puts on another touchdown. And that'll put them over that 18 mark that I said they need to get to.
So Panthers will get this one now inside.
You know might score right here, 5 going to the field.
Got the Jaguars. Red zone officially at the Jaguars.
Well, I told you.
The ball's going to be complete.
What did I
into
tell
the
you?
hand.
Oh, baby.
Couldn't stay on his feet. Coach tried to call it right there. Tried to complete the tight end number 5, Jones. Excuse me, that's Ethan John. Was going to be about a yard shy of the end zone. Couldn't keep his balance right there, Coach.
Yeah, you
Couldn't
can
keep
sort
his
of see, man, some of this stuff is not hard. You can look at alignments and tell what's about to happen. That's why I said if he gets to the field the way Southern was lined up, nobody's going to be. And that was a great touch pass by Peters right there, by the way.
So now it's going to make it a 2nd and goal officially at the Jaguars 1 yard line. Of course, the Panthers just going to take off as much time as here. There's no rush, no need of any rush here. 24 seconds
Man,
on the
it
play
seemed
clock.
like forever since they ran their last play.
Now, you see Peters looking back.
I would still take some more time off the clock.
Yeah, you see they snapped that one kind of early. You see this was going to be a handoff to McDowell. McDowell somehow, some way gets a second effort. Don't know if they're going to. The side official is saying that he's short, but it looks like that extra push got him inside the end zone. They're going to make McDowell fight just a little bit harder here. Clock is going to continue to roll. 2:25 remaining here in the fourth
So they'll
quarter.
probably take it down to the 2-minute timeout.
Panthers just going to take as much time here. Now getting the correct formation lined up for this 3rd down and goal play. Lined up in the shotgun formation. Peters takes it. Play clock is at 2. Gets the snap. Going to hand this one off to McDowell. McDowell trying to run to the left side. Trying to get extra. Puts it stretches out for the end zone.
I thought that was a touchdown right there.
And this side of judge is making McDowell fight just a little bit harder to get in that end zone. That this time it's going to be the 2-minute timeout. We'll see if they try to go look and review that one, see if McDowell was able to extend enough for the touchdown. But that will, like I said, take us to the 2-minute timeout here at A.W. Mumford Stadium, where you can see the rain is starting to pick up more here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But we'll be right back. Keep right where you got. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to A.W. Mumford Stadium or Pete Richardson Field, whatever your choice. Right now, the Panthers are leading by a score of 17-3 over the Southern Jaguars. Right now, they have this one looking at a 4th down and goal to go at the 1 yard line. But we're just getting out of this 2-minute timeout. We'll see if Jermaine Jackson, let's see how aggressive he's going to be on this 4th down and 1. But you can almost somewhat consider this one wrapped up, Coach. But like I said, there's still a lot of time left. You know, Jaguars still got 2 timeouts.
What was that play Herm that was made with, where they fumbled late in the game and he picked it up, the Meadowland Miracle or something? I don't think we're gonna see the Jaguar jaunt.
So
Yeah,
Jermaine
man.
Jackson's
Like-
going to keep the offense out on the field.
I would too. Because just imagine if you go for a field goal, you get a bad snap, it's raining. Look,
and you're going to make them drive the length of the field
Yes.
and you get stopped from running the ball
I'm
here.
giving that ball a 23 a Cam and let them score.
Now the head official is just waiting.
Well, they waiting on the TV
Is waiting on the
timeout,
TV
guys.
timeout to get the okay, waiting for the HBCU go. Now we're ready to go. Peter in the shotgun formation. Got Rockwell lined up over there by himself to the right side. We're going to see what Jermaine Jackson decides to do on this play call. Hand this one off to McDowell. McDowell lowers the shoulder, and McDowell's going to be in for the touchdown. It only took McDowell 3 times to get in there, coach, but they say the third time's the charm,
Man,
huh?
I thought he scored 2 times before that. So
So the Panthers are able to reach Coach Northern's mark of the 18 high to make this one down 23.
hey,
To 3.
right at their average, man. They consistent.
That's all
But
you want, coach.
At
That's
the
all you
end of
want.
the day, man, I'm telling you, man, they win it. That's all that matters. As long as they keep winning, I don't. And you know, fans want 40, 50 points on the board. They want all these formations and exotic plays and new things that they hadn't seen before. Man, the bottom line is winning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Panthers, what seems like is going to add another win here as the point after attempted up, and it is good. You've got some pushing and shoving going on after the end of the play. As you can recall, our old producer said, if I'm going to lose this one, I ain't going to lose this next one.
Yeah. That's what you said.
Somebody coming home.
At certain schools, we might lose a game, but we ain't gonna lose a fight.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go pick out the weakest link.
We'll see you at McDonald's in a little small country town. They would meet at Dairy Queen or Sonic's, as they say. And man, jokers used to just fight, go home, and almost plan to do it again next week. Whoever you play next week, we gonna meet y'all at McDonald's on Plank Road, or we gonna meet y'all at Wendy's in Bacon or somewhere like that. You know who you gonna fight. It's gonna last a couple minutes, then everybody gonna talk about how many people they knocked out. Man, I was in there, man, the jokers don't put done 50 spots. But you know, people didn't have phones where you could record all that, put it all on.
Yeah. Different time. I did, coach.
We gonna go get it in. Nobody gonna get shot. Then the crazy thing about it, like I say, you'll see a dude, you might dap him up, you might respect him for fighting or something like that. All right, man, you got him. Wait till that time.
Shade that the rain snuck up on us on this one, just came down a little harder.
Now we can't even see the hump from here because it's raining. It's raining down, sideways, between the lights.
Yes, at one point there was 28.
Girlfriends and mamas.
Yes, it was 28,500 in here. You can say it's about 1,000 now just because of the rain.
Hey, and the girlfriends saying, I'll call me when you get to the locker room after you get dressed. The mamas might stay, depending on how old they is.
24-3 is our score here. The Panthers all over the Southern Jags here on their homecoming day. Panthers did what they were supposed to do coming off of the bye week, coach. They stayed mentally prepared, able to travel the length of the way from Texas to Baton Rouge and complete the mission. You know, like I said, it's a lot on you, especially having to deal with homecoming festivities. Now you get a chance, what seems like, to enjoy a victory and take this one going on to homecoming week of your own.
Hey, man, that bus ride different from you being
I can see the expression. Got a former coach, a player. He can tell. He can preach to you.
Even if it's cold, they've been sitting there for an hour and a half.
The best food you had.
Taste good on the bus ride back. Scratch.
153 seconds here. Our contest left like our listeners said after the end of this game. Catch any rebroadcast at the Open Mic Broadcast Network by visiting openradio.com. Catch any rebroadcast network special. Also, you can share your scores and stories on 24 hours at 936 463 2405. Text and call it at 36 463 2405. Also, you can go to the Thursday at 7:30. 7. It seemed like that TV time out to 10 minutes to coach finally get ready to get back
Look,
here.
that's probably the last push they can help, so they're gonna try to squeeze all they can. And it might have an inch of rain on the ground last minute. Rolling up on the track and all that.
Now we'll be the set ready to go here. Panthers kicking from the 40. It is number 86. Out for this one. For once in a lifetime, the Jaguars finally let them go into the end zone for a touchback.
We'll see if Southern keep the same guys or just be, they may just say, man, let's just run the ball and get out this rain.
I mean, you go to those, you got to walk through it. Rain starting to pick up just a little bit heavy down here.
Yeah, it's different.
I was just about to say the traffic had disappeared, but the traffic will start right back as people are making their way out, trying to beat this rain that came down here. But we still got a minute and 53 seconds left in this contest until we can make our way and fight through that rain ourselves.
It's raining so hard, we got to see out the press box window. I see trips.
Yeah, we got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball's going to hand off to the running back, run to the left side, still on his feet, and finally brought down about the 40-yard line. So able to pick up 15 yards on that carry. See, that was going to bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. The windows are kind of fogging right now due to the rain, so we're trying to make out the players' numbers just as well as we can. Now, you can't, but I can, baby. See, the ball's going to be handed off to the running back. Yes, but see, you can see a little bit. Number 10 right there, Preston Kahi. It's crazy how much he was able to see clear, and I just can't see anything. So now we're working the shotgun formation. Charlotte's going to hand it off to the running back. They lined up right at about midfield. He's going to be handed off to the running back, but he's going to go for about a gain of 1 yard right there. Matt immediately tackle right there, number 95. James King the third. So second down and 9 now for the Jaguars. The ball's going to be handed off to the running back once again, but this time he's only going to go for about a 2-yard gain. That immediately finds 2 Panthers defenders. 50 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Panthers 40 seconds away from improving to 5-2 overall and 4-0 in conference play, coach. Now this one's going to be handed off to the running back once again, trying to run this to the right side, but going to be somehow he got out of the tackle, but able to get about a
Push and shove and have to be separate. They don't see what you can do right now. So you might as well let this ride.
15 seconds remaining left in this contest. It looks like that will conclude matters here in the Southern Jaguars homecoming game. 4 seconds remaining. Looks like that will conclude matters here, coach.
Yeah, like I said, it's all said and done. It's in the books. Panthers got another victory, but the referees wanted to separate something. They headed to the field house. Hopefully, go and get changed, get out, get some dry clothes on like everybody else around here. The Panthers have a long walk back to the locker room because Southern doesn't have locker rooms for the visiting team to change in. You can use them, but it's not very suitable to change clothes. So they'll make that good walk back and jump in those cold showers in what we call the intramural gym, or actually where they play the volleyball games most of the time. But like I say, I don't know what they got, blue store chicken or chicken shack or whatever they have. It's going to taste pretty good. And they'll make that ride back and get ready for their homecoming.
Absolutely. So the Panthers will advance their overall record to 5-2. and 4-0 in conference play. Jaguars will fall to 1-6 overall and 0-3 in conference play. But that will conclude matters here at A.W. Mumford Stadium here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I am Philip Cruz alongside with me was Coach Walter. We'd like to thank you for tuning in today's contest with the Panthers were able to come out victorious by a score of 24-3 over the Southern Jaguars. We'd like to thank you for tuning in. Until then, be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.